93.3 FM HD2.
Colin Cowherd was on Brock and Salk this morning, had a crazy stat on Sam Darnold. Take a listen.
Sam is the first quarterback ever to win 14 games and throw for 4,000 yards in back-to-back seasons. Mahomes is the only other quarterback that's done it, and he didn't do it back-to-back. To add another layer to that, Sam did it with two different teams. So just doing it, Sam's the only guy to do it. You think Brady did it. He didn't. 14 wins, back-to-back years, 4,000 yards. Sam's the only guy. Mahomes has done it, not back-to-back. And then Sam does it with two different teams, and that's important because what it says is Sam's not beholden to a system, to a coach. Like Brock Purdy works with Shanahan. Would Brock Purdy work with a defensive coach, D'Amico Ryans? I mean, Sam's worked with two different coaches, two different systems, two different rosters, and this one's really challenging because it's like the second youngest roster.
I thought that was pretty shocking. Not shocking in a bad way, but like, how is that not being talked about more? I mean, two separate systems, two separate coaches, two separate teams. No part of me is saying, therefore, Sam Darnold, best quarterback in the league. But I think that so much of the conversation around Sam Darnold is, when he has all the right pieces around him, he can succeed. But I think that being able to succeed with an offensive-minded head coach and a defensive-minded head coach and different types of wide receivers and in different groups does also speak to someone's adaptability, right? And willingness to change and willingness to learn. Yeah,
I throw Jalen Hurts into that situation, too. He's had 6 offensive coordinators in 6 years, right? Little things that people don't talk about, and Jalen Hurts is a whole nother story. Super Bowl champ, MVP, like, give that man some respect. But we're talking about Sam. Also, I think what's missed with Sam is, according to the experts in next-gen stats and PFF and all that, he's played with 2 lines that have been less than mediocre. I think this offensive line now has grown, and they've gotten better. But over there in Minnesota, like those last 2 games of the season, that line was atrocious, right? So let's give him some credit there. And also, he's already being mentioned with 2 of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Tom Brady, when it comes to wins in 2 years, 28 wins in 2 years. Only other quarterback to do that is Tom Brady. And then we're talking about 4,000 yards in back-to-back seasons. Mahomes hasn't even done that. He's just the only one who's put up those type of numbers. So, yeah, I think with Sam, because of the timely interceptions, because of the way he ended the season with the Vikings, people will skip over that part of the story and go to the ending and say that's exactly who he is, when the movie has been pretty good the last 2 years. The movie's been hitting. There are some highs and lows and all that stuff. The movie ended poorly last year. And I watched the movie last night or 2 nights ago. I actually watched the movie. I was proud of myself. I don't watch movies that much.
I'm proud of you,
It's
too.
called All Day and Night, right? And it's about this guy who has life in prison, but they show you his life prior to that. I'm like, oh, man, there's some good parts. But the ending's bad. So that's your lasting impression. That's like with Sam right now. People only remember that. They forget the good parts of the movie. And right now, we're in a good part of the movie. They're just afraid that the sequel's going to end the same way as the first one did.
Yeah.
But you can't skip all the other scenes in the movie. Those things actually happened, and you felt something during those scenes. That's what I think is important with Sam, is that we don't forget that. Now, he's got to go out there and win this ball game. He don't have to win himself. He has a defense. He has special teams. He has coordinators to help him out. He don't have to win the game by himself, but I would love for him to kind of shut some of these people up.
I love that analogy, kind of the idea of ignoring the earlier parts of the movie, because if you were to only look at some of Sam Darnold's basic stats, or if you just kind of, only look at his interceptions, let's say, you'd go, game manager, if he just doesn't mess it up. And it's like, well, hang on. He had the 3rd most explosive pass play rate, or the 3rd highest explosive pass play rate in the league. Behind Jordan Love was one of them. Matthew Stafford, I think, was the other. That's not a game manager.
No.
That's someone who is a good quarterback, not an MVP, but a quarterback who at times can really get rolling. And you're talking about him like it's like a Jimmy G don't mess up sort of thing. So I like that analogy for it. Colin Cowherd talked about his trust level in Sam Darnold.
I always said with Sam, it never wavered. It was too athletic, too mobile, too good an arm, too committed, too good a kid to not succeed. That doesn't mean he's going to hoist a trophy, but he's just too damn good not to eventually succeed. Remember, he had a winning record in Carolina, too. So if you go Carolina, Minnesota, Seattle, this is a guy, he's 28-6 in the last 2 years.
So, again, trust level in Sam Darnold, pretty high. Where's your trust level in Sam Darnold?
It's high. It is high. I think it's high because I think he's understanding who he is and who this team is. I think he understands that I don't have to win this game by myself. I think Kubiak now understands him as well. And let's give Kubiak some love. I don't think he gets enough love because Kubiak has put him in positions to succeed. He calls games where you see the plays that clearly connect. He's figured out how to get this team to execute in the run game, which is going to help everything else out. I think Sam should be as confident as he's ever been as a pro in this situation because of his coaches and because of what's surrounding him. He has one of the, if not the best defense in the game right now. His offensive line is playing a lot better. The run game is established, and that, as a quarterback, helps with your confidence because I'm going to have to make maybe 4 or 5 throws this game, right? Tough throws, contested throws that where JSN isn't wide open. But I'm confident in making those throws because the run game and the play action is going to influence the defense. My defense is going to give me a short field. It's all connected. And he's that quarterback. He's not the quarterback that's going to throw 50 times to win the game for you. Understanding who you are as an athlete is the best thing that can happen to you. When I understood that I was an outside guy, I wasn't running the 4-3, I got my butt in the slot, and things started to happen for me.
Well, and if you can make it work, if the Seahawks get to and win a Super Bowl, well, now we're having conversations about how to build rosters a bit differently. Colin Cowherd says, look, Sam Darnold's contract allows you to be more flexible.
The Seahawks, I don't know where they're great, but know where you can point and pick on their corners. You can't do that. I mean, again, JSN, you have to bracket, or special defenses. Running game's excellent. Gray Zabel's obviously helped the left side. Charles Cross, left side of the offensive line, I like a lot. Darnold's athletic. They can go deep now with a kid from New Orleans. They've got a pass rush. They can stop the run. That was the Patriots' secret sauce. They didn't overpay for the star receiver. They were just B+ everywhere with a really good coach. And I think that's what the Seahawks feel like, and that's what the Patriots feel like to me.
You know the advantage of not paying Sam Darnold top 5 quarterback money? That you could go and get DeMarcus Lawrence. That you could give Ernest Jones an extension, and Leonard. I know Leonard was before Sam, but get him an extension and go out and make these moves. And he's right in that when you look at this team, there's no area where you go, that could cost them. When I look at the Rams, I think that Puka Nacua is exceptional. I think Matthew Stafford is exceptional. They have some questions in the secondary. They have some questions on special teams. When you look at almost any other team in the league, the Bills' run defense is a problem. Josh Allen is an MVP, but that run defense is a problem. I don't look at Seattle and go, oh, this is going to cost you. I think that's why people look at Sam Darnold and say that, because the only thing they can say is, oh, Sam turns the ball over.
Yeah. That's all they can lean on. I don't like that he said they're B+ everywhere. That defensive line is an A+.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're talking about B+ everywhere, all right? We have an A+ receiver. The core is probably B. I get that, but don't poop on that defensive line. One of the best in the game. But I think that's a good point because you look at this team and you say secondary, solid. Linebacker, all pro there. D-line, A+, Colin. Offensive line, getting there. I give him a B.
Sure.
Get in there. Running back duo. So I read this stat the other day. I was talking about missed tackles. Between Zach Charbonnet and Ken Walker, they have created the second most missed tackles in the NFL this year, only behind Bijan Robinson and Algier.
I didn't know that.
The second most. So they're getting better. So, yes, it's natural to look at the quarterback, the guy who hasn't won a playoff game, and the guy who ended the season poorly last year, because you look at everything that's surrounding him and you say, you should win this ball game if he just doesn't lose it for you. And that's something that is being repeated, and I'm getting tired of hearing it and say, don't play hero ball, and I got something for you.
I can't wait for it. You don't have to wait long for us to get to it. But in the last minute, I already told you this stat, so I feel like I'm spoiling it for the audience a little bit. But I did think it was an interesting stat that no Super Bowl winning head coach has won a Super Bowl with another organization. And I read that earlier, and I was looking at you guys like, is that right? No way.
Yeah. That's
no way. So maybe is your best bet as a team hiring a head coach to not hire someone who's won a Super Bowl? I mean, look, you got to go with the numbers here. Harbaugh, just simply not going to win a Super Bowl with the Giants. You can't do it.
If he does, it's going to take a long time, and that GM's going to have to change his ways.
I wonder why that is. I don't know. Were you guys surprised by that stat at all? I was shocked.
Yeah. I mean, there have been a lot of great head coaches that have coached for multiple teams. Mike Holmgren, Andy Reid, Bill Belichick. But The fact that none of them done it in two different spots.
Holmgren almost did it.
Holmgren came the closest.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, Andy Reid came close, too, because he lost in Philly. But yeah, those two came the closest.
And if Peyton advances with the Broncos, he could also get pretty close. But he won't, because we'll be talking about the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Knocking on wood, knocking on wood. Bump, you tease that you've got something in store for all of us. You've been watching some film on Sam Darnold, and you have something to share with us. That's next.
2 wins away from the Super Bowl.
It's time to eat, boys.
The first obstacle, a hated rival.
Purdy has time, throws to the middle, intercepted.
Victim to some of the greatest playoff moments in Seahawks history.
Welcome to the dark side.
Richard Sherman tips it.
Whole city going up like it's our time.
Seahawks 49ers.
All teed up.
The divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
You know how we do it. Better bring your hard hat when you can illumine.
Saturday night, kickoff at 5 on the home of the Seahawks.
You are now entering the Death Zone.
Seattle Sports.
Welcome.
There are tons of stuff happening this January, and believe me, whatever you're into, you can have an absolute blast doing it at Silver Reef Casino Resort. Take, for example, the playoff games. Watch every game at Porter's Bay Sports Bar and Book. You can chill out with 12s and enjoy a steak dinner at their steakhouse on property after. Stay the night in one of their deluxe rooms and wake up feeling like a winner. If dry January is your kick, enjoy a relaxing stay at the spa and a good night's rest. If you want to test your luck, you got winter warm-up drawings every Friday for a chance to get 5 Gs and polar payouts every Saturday for a grand prize of 10 Gs. Claim your freely entry at any promo kiosk on property. That's all you have to do. Silver Reef Casino Resort is the spot. Check it out if you haven't. If you have been, you already know what you're missing. Stay tuned. They have events for the big game and the Garth Guys, the tribute band for Garth Brooks. Drive up I-5, exit 260, silverreefcasino.com.
Breast cancer is a tough battle for anyone to fight. But when you can't work, care for your kids, or even put food on the table, that diagnosis can be devastating. I'm Dr. Suzette Miranda, a plastic surgeon who is proud to support Northwest Hope and Healing. Our mission is to provide a lifeline for breast and gynecologic cancer patients. We cover essentials like food, utilities, and childcare, so patients can focus on healing. For more than 25 years, Northwest Hope and Healing has distributed over $3 million to thousands of local cancer patients, and you can help make a difference in our community. Join us on Saturday, January 31st for Cork, Fork, and Support, an afternoon of fine wine, gourmet cuisine, and inspiration at Mary Hill Winery in the heart of Woodinville wine country. Get your tickets now for Cork, Fork, and Support on January 31st. Go to nwhopeandhealing.org to learn more. That's nwhopeandhealing.org.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Happy New Year from Frank Lumber, the Door Store, your locally owned custom pre-hung door shop, boasting the largest selection of residential doors in the Seattle area for decades. We specialize in interior and exterior pre-hungs and matchups. Along with pocket doors, barn doors, bypass, and bifold doors, the selection is huge. If it swings, we've got you covered. Come and visit our showroom and bargain barn in Shoreline. Also, be sure to check us out online at franklumber.com.
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
Did you know in Washington State, you can see a physical therapist without a referral from your doctor? That's right. Thanks to Direct Access, you can skip the wait and get the care you need right away. Shannon O'Kelly, how has Direct Access changed the game?
Direct Access for us, Brock, is a game changer. Why? Is because there is so much research and data out there that says if you get in early when you have a musculoskeletal problem or an injury, the earlier you get in and we can start care, the better outcomes and the decreased downstream cost, okay? So it's so important. Our providers are all doctors of physical therapy. They're all trained to identify situations and problems. They've got the skill, they've got the talent, they've got the knowledge. If you get in and start therapy early, we're going to get you back to activity, pain-free, and moving and having fun.
Fast, easy, effective. Direct Access is your path to better movement, starting with a single step. Visit irgpt.com to schedule your appointment today. irgpt.com.
Your old furnace ain't nice, and your toes are like ice. DayandNight.net. Day and Night gives you a free furnace or water heater with installation of an AC or heat pump.
If you're not sure your furnace will make it through another winter, call us to install a proper, long-lasting, efficient heating system backed by our lifetime workmanship guarantee, so you won't be left out in the cold.
Install an AC or heat pump and get a free furnace or water heater from Day and Night Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric. DayandNight.net.
Guys, low energy, low drive, or strength not what it used to be? For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Washington, start with a free T-check exam and consultation to get real answers. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. Call 206-529-1111 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Terms apply. Must medically qualify.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Coming up in 15 minutes, we got a lot of questions for Mike Golic Sr. about the divisional round, obviously focusing on the Seahawks and Niners. Bump, you have been focusing on the Seahawks, and not just the Seahawks, but on Sam Darnold. You set yourself a task in your film study. What was it, and what'd you see?
I was listening to the national voices, good voices too, man, like RC and Arlovsky and Cam Jordan was on this morning, and they were breaking down C.J. Stroud and Sam Darnold, and they were just talking about how great their defenses are and how all they have to do is not play hero ball and try to win the game and force some things, and they should be able to win these ball games. And I agreed. I'm like, yeah, all they have to do is run their offense and just get the ball where it's supposed to go. But they kept saying hero ball. And I was thinking about Sam. I don't think Sam plays hero ball. Obviously, he has 14 interceptions. There's some things going on, right? But I don't think Sam sits there and says, I have to win this ball game. If I don't do it, nothing's going to happen. There's nothing in his play that says that. I think he's made some risky throws, but nothing in his play that says that. So what I did was I just looked at all of his interceptions, and I classified them as third down interceptions, poor decisions, tip passes, and full by the defense. And then there's a separate section that I'll talk about later. So third down interceptions, he has 5. Okay, 5 third down interceptions. He has 5 poor decision interceptions. 3 interceptions that were tip passes, and 2 where he was just fooled by the defense. Like the defense just got him. Sometimes that's going to happen.
Wait, I have a clarifying question. Would that be like a look that's kind of a disguise, like what happened against the Rams?
Exactly.
Okay.
So there's one against the Rams. Actually, there was 2 against the Rams. One where Kobe Turner just dropped into coverage down the goal line.
Yeah.
He thought he had the slant open.
Okay.
Goodbye, the defensive coordinator over there. You got us.
So this would be mistakes that like more than just Sam Darnold as quarterback would make. Like this is good defense.
This is the same type of interception that Aaron Rodgers gave us last year with Leo.
Okay.
Just got fooled. It's gonna happen. The other fooled interception was he was throwing a slant to his left side. I forget who it was. It looked like man. I think it was man, but the slot receiver runs a slant and the corner just comes off and picks him off. Like, that's good by you. I'm not mad at that decision. You're good to go. And the tip passes, I'm like, well, those don't belong to him. So if we just take away 3 tip passes and 2 fooled by the defense, that's 5. We're looking at 25 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. We feel a lot better about that. But I went by and I looked at every single one. All right, at Pittsburgh, you had 2 interceptions. One was an underthrow and one was a tip pass. Tampa Bay, you had a double coverage, poor decision. I think you shouldn't have thrown that football. Against Houston, it was undercut by Stingley, one of the best corners in the game. He just made a heck of a play. Against the Commanders, I call this a hero throw. This is one of the qualifiers, a hero throw to Cody White. He's rolling to his left side. Cody's going across the field to his right. Just a tough throw to execute. If he makes that, we think it's one of the greatest throws of all time. Arizona, there was the tip pass. Then you got the Rams. Now, the Rams is where it gets crazy. He has 6 interceptions alone to the Rams.
God.
4, Cup was held on an undercut. Not mad at that. There's another one that was a poor throw, another one that was a poor decision, and then there's a jump pass poor decision. The Rams is his kryptonite when it comes to making poor decisions and I'm doing air quotes, hero passes.
Wait, so how many poor decision passes or interceptions?
So
total?
how many poor total? I got 5 poor decisions.
And 3 of them against the Rams?
3 of them against the Rams.
Okay.
Right? All right, where am I at? Oh, so then with the Rams are his kryptonite. All right, the second game against the Rams, he was fooled by the DB. He was fooled by Kobe Turner. And then the last one against the Panthers, JSN didn't run a great route, and it was just a bad throw, poor decision. Like, there's nothing that I see. I only have 2 throws that I classify as hero throws. Like, I'm trying to be the hero. So I just went back and looked at that. I can look at more throws and break it all down, but I didn't have that much time to do that. I was looking at his major mistakes. There are only 2 passes where I felt like he says, look, I got to make this throw. I got to be the hero. What I need him to cut down on are the third down interceptions. Yeah. Because that's where you're trying to keep the play going. You're trying to move the rock, and it just doesn't happen for you. According to me, one of his third down interceptions I classified as a hero throw. Just 1 out of the 5. So, yes, I think as a quarterback, you're going to have to make some difficult throws, especially now in the playoffs. You're going to have to make some throws. But I don't think Sam ever goes out there and says, I got to win this ball game. There's nothing in his play that says that. I think he makes mistakes. I think that there are poor decisions out there. But I don't think it's in his personality. And from what I saw, just based off his interceptions, I don't think it's in the interceptions either.
That's a really cool takeaway. Okay, did you find yourself thinking anything else about Sam when you were watching this? Maybe re-examining either some of your own conclusions over the year, being like, you know what, maybe I was wrong about this, or you know what, now I feel even more confident about this. Like, what else came to you when you were rewatching all of Sam's interceptions?
I saw a guy who was capable. I think I got affirmation on this one. I saw a guy who's capable of making any throw that you need to make. Any throw. I told you last week, or maybe this week, that Caleb Williams is the best thrower of the football in the league right now. Not the most accurate. Decision-making is okay, right? Completed 50% of his passes last week, so have to get better, but he still won the ball game for these guys. But when I looked at Sam, I mean, some of the passes he was attempting to make, I say most quarterbacks probably can't even attempt to make that throw. Like the one to Cody White. Like, he's rolling to his left side. Cody's flowing to the right. He's trying to throw it across his body, and it just gets away from him. DB makes a good play. A lot of quarterbacks ain't even trying to make that throw. Rule number 1 when you're coaching young quarterbacks is you never throw across your body. You never go across the field. He'll make that throw. Brock Purdy will do that sometimes as well. No, I got some affirmation, man. Honestly, watching the interceptions did the opposite of what I thought it was going to do. I thought it'd make me a bit more concerned. It made me more confident because I'm looking at his interceptions. I'm like, I ain't mad at some of these, man. He should have like 9 interceptions.
But objectively a cool interception.
You know what I mean? I'm like, Stingley made a heck of a play. That's one of the best corners in the game right there.
Yeah, I think about that play with the Rams all the time where it's like Sam's not the only quarterback to throw that. It's not excusing it, but it's also adding some more context with like, this is not a guy that's constantly making bad decisions over and over and over.
3 tip passes resulted in interceptions. 2 times he was fooled. Believe it or not, you're going to get fooled sometimes. As a quarterback, as a coordinator, as a DB, it's going to happen. So it actually did the complete opposite. I believe even more now that I know he's watched all his interceptions. I know he's been coached up on these interceptions. Go out there and play your game. Hero ball is not in Sam Darnold's DNA. I think against the Rams, he got shook, though. The first time against the Rams, he was shook. That's the most hero ball I've ever seen him try to play. After that, before that, I'm good.
I don't know if you guys read this, but Michael Sean Dugar for The Athletic has a great feature on Sam Darnold. It's called Sam Darnold's the Biggest Wild Card Going Into the Playoffs. And in it, he has some quotes from Mike Macdonald and Kubiak talking about what they want Sam to do. And the best way to summarize it is be bold but not reckless. And they point to, as does Michael Sean, specifically that pass to Cooper Kupp on that final scoring drive against the Rams, saying you need to be bold to make that play. You can't have a guy. And that's why I think I always also push back against the game manager, because they're not encouraging him to be a game manager. Mike Macdonald's team requires Sam Darnold to be more than that. And they got to 14 wins because he is, sometimes throws might be, you identified 5 that were maybe reckless. Or how many hero balls? I don't know, 3 to 5.
I got 2 hero balls, but 5 poor decisions.
5 poor decisions. That's not being reckless all the time or a rookie making bad decisions. You know what I mean? That's just, sometimes you're bold and it doesn't work out. Sometimes you do get fooled. You know, but Interesting stuff.
Sometimes you
Good
get got.
stuff. Good stuff. Sounded like Family Feud.
That sounded like Family Feud. Oh, good.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Good answers, Bump. Good answers. Mike Golic Sr. joins us next.
The one and only Mark Schlereth with Wyman and Bob.
How are you, my friend?
New Year's resolutions, right? Like, I'm going to get in shape this year. My only goal is to become an underpants model. That's all I've ever really wanted. And if you guys know of anybody in the underpants business, let me know.
Dave loves that you call them underpants. He loves it.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely shredded.
Get every can't-miss conversation on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
Dave Wyman here, joined by Dr. Landis from Swedish Cyberknife to talk about prostate cancer treatments. Dr. Landis, how does Cyberknife compare to surgery?
Patients who have surgery often do have to be hospitalized for a few days and have to take time off of work. They can have a catheter, they have a wound that's healing, whereas with Cyberknife, patients often don't have to take a break from work at all.
And Cyberknife is an outpatient, non-invasive treatment?
Essentially, it's a 5-day treatment, about 30 minutes per day. You walk in, you walk out, you essentially don't feel anything at all during treatment. Many patients still work full-time while they're having treatment.
5 days total, less than an hour a day to treat prostate cancer. That really is amazing. It's almost too good to be true. What do patients say after treatment?
They tell me it's like Star Trek, where you push a button and the cancer can go away.
If you, a friend, or a family member is diagnosed with prostate cancer, consider treatment with Swedish Cyberknife. Go to swedish.org/cyberknifeprostate. Treat prostate cancer with Swedish Cyberknife.
Happy New Year, Susan. I really appreciate you picking up the bill for lunch.
I'm happy to. One of my New Year's resolutions is being better with money. So I've started using Upside, the free app that pays you cash back for buying gas.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I earn cash back just for buying the gas I was already buying.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make $200 to $300 this year.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play and start earning cash back on everyday gas purchases. Use promo code RIDER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents per gallon on your next fill up. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code RIDER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code RIDER. Code RIDER. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
From whiplash to herniated discs, there are a few car accident injuries we've all heard of. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains that even the most common injuries differ from one another.
Pre-existing conditions, health history, beginning of treatment. There are hundreds of factors that make every person and every injury unique. While these variables aid medical treatment, the strongest case recoveries must also take them into account.
Could you explain a little bit more?
Our team at Pendergast Law is obsessed with turning over every stone to differentiate each case. This requires thorough investigation, diligent listening, and relentless research. We never pursue cases with a one-size-fits-all approach. We built our success by treating every injury and every case with the individualized attention our clients need and deserve.
Pendergast Law's individualized approach to even the most common injuries makes the difference in case outcomes. It's another reason why I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
To me, the LJ way is to provide an experience that people really enjoy being a part of.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
As a quarterback, you cannot run a winning play with a messy playbook. And most companies' data, well, it's a mess. AI is changing the game, but if your data is scattered, you're stuck on the sidelines. Brock Heward here, and this is where my friends at Marquee Data come in. They get your data in shape, clean, connected, ready to perform, so you can finally put AI to work for your business. Whether sales, finance, or operations, every smart move starts with the right data. So head to mydataqb.com to draw up your game-winning data play today. That's Marquee Data or mydataqb.com.
Experience the iconic Mexican music group Bronco at Muckleshoot Casino Resort Saturday, February 28th at 8 p.m. Tickets are on sale now at muckleshootcasino.com.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
The first hire of this coaching cycle is the biggest name. The Giants are reportedly finalizing an agreement to hire John Harbaugh, former Ravens coach, as their next head coach. An injury to keep an eye on for the Seahawks as they prepare for a Saturday night showdown against the 49ers. Left tackle Charles Cross was on the injury report, this time, though, with a new knee injury. He missed time with a hamstring injury. He's listed as questionable for Saturday.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. You can hear him on Golic and Golic on FanDuel Sports Network. It's Mike Golic Sr. joining us on the Emerald Queen Casino Sportsbook Hotline. Mike, how's it going?
Going well. How you guys doing?
Fantastic. Really exciting weekend for Seattle sports. Seahawks haven't been a number one seed since 2014. And that's where I'm going to start. We're looking at a matchup here between a 49ers team that's banged up and certainly an underdog, but also with a lot more playoff experience than this iteration of the Seahawks. Does that end up mattering in games like this?
I think once the game starts, I don't know if it matters that much. What it comes down to in the playoffs, though, is all the little things that add up to the big things, you know. And the one thing, if you don't have experience in the playoffs, you may find yourself pressing a bit, knowing that if you lose this game, one of the worst feelings in the world. I was in the league 9 years, 5 years made the playoffs, 4 years was out in the first round. There's nothing more damning than you think you're going to move on, and the next day you're cleaning your locker out, and the season's over. It's so abrupt. So if things aren't going well, do you get guys that with less experience that start pressing? The old adage is true. Once you can make it like a normal game, the better off you are. But it's easier said than done.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one, Mike. And it feels like the Seahawks are the favorites, but it still feels like they have something to prove, right? Shanahan has been there before. Brock has been there before. Even though this team is beat up on the other side with the Niners, it still feels like Seattle has something to prove. Is that the way you see it, or do you think that the Seahawks have arrived and should easily win this game?
I don't know about easily winning the game, but they're the better team. You know, we've seen San Francisco last year get beat up by injuries and have a bad season. This year they got beat up by injuries, but obviously they're in the divisional round, and one of the main reasons they have Christian McCaffrey. He's not been injured. Like I said, I think Seattle is the better team in this game. And I listen, Mike McDonald has brought an attitude to that team. There's something about a defensive coach, a Mike Vrabel in New England and McDonald in Seattle, and defensive coaches bringing that attitude to where you believe it and you buy in, right? That's the biggest thing for a head coach is to have the team buy what they're selling. And obviously, you know, the defense certainly is buying what McDonald is selling. The defense is fantastic. But no, I think they are very, very confident going into this game.
What's your gut tell you about whether or not Fred Warner plays, and what kind of difference could that make either way?
That would be amazing. I saw the tape of him running around. Again, there's a difference of running around and a difference of making a tackle and pushing off on that leg and that ankle. So I don't know if he's there yet. He obviously would make a difference. without question, especially against the run. And just kind of from a leadership standpoint and kind of an emotional standpoint, if he could come back, that would be a lot to ask. Like I said, he looks good running around, with no pads on. It's another thing when you have to stick your nose in there and put torque on that ankle.
What do you make of just what Mike McDonald has been able to do here defensively with the culture following Pete Carroll? How impressed should the league be?
Well, I mean, incredibly. Obviously, in Pete Carroll's time, they had a legion of boom. So, I mean, it was they pretty much had an awesome defense. And I know these guys want their own recognition. They want not that they want their own moniker, but they want to be established for what they're doing. And boy, oh boy, they are doing a great job. Again, what Mike McDonald brings, again, from the mentality standpoint, X's and O's are X's and O's. You have to have guys obviously execute. You have to have guys that can disguise well and not give something away before the snap. There's all of that. But then there's the belief from the coach to the players that what you're doing works. And obviously that's evident in the wins, right? If you're winning, you tend to buy what's being sold to you a little bit more. And they're winning and they're led by their defense. So that's obviously going to be good sold goods.
One of the things that I keep hearing about this team from maybe like a national perspective is, yeah, they're great. They're really complimentary, really well-rounded, except that Sam Darnold can make a mistake and that might cost them. I feel like he's kind of the wild card and the question mark heading into this one. But, Mike, I kind of feel like Sam Darnold just has to play fine for them to get to and win a Super Bowl. What do you think about kind of his job, his responsibility, and maybe his role in a potential Super Bowl run here?
It's kind of like Houston, right?
Yeah.
Houston, Seattle, and Denver had the best defenses in the playoffs. And Houston just had a game where their defense just stuffed Pittsburgh, and C.J. Stroud, their quarterback, put the ball on the ground 5 times and lost a couple of them. So, again, you're not asking a lot of your offense. You're asking them to be a competent offense without question. And certainly Seattle can be that and more. The one thing you don't want is turnovers. I'd rather any day of the week have a sack, have an incompletion than an interception. And Sam has thrown 14 of them this year. And toward the end of the last game last year in the playoffs, things did not go well. So that's going to stick with you until you come out of the other side. Play a clean game. Don't turn the ball over. Again, you don't have to put the game on Sam Darnold's shoulders and say, go win this one. That's what your defense is for. But occasionally the offense is going to be asked to pull its weight, and they need to be able to do that.
When you look at Shanahan's offense, Mike, I've been impressed with how he's able just to plug guys in and they ball out, right? Yeah, Demarcus Robinson go for $111 last week. There's been times when Pearsall has led the team in receptions. Kittle, obviously, he's not playing, but I look at the leading receiver sheet on the schedule, and there's like 6 or 7 different names. When you look at the Seahawks, it's JSN and A.J. Barner during one game. What is it about Shanahan's offense that allows so many people to have big games?
Well, I mean, it's his design. It's the motion. It's kind of like Sean McVay and the Rams. So they have guys in motion all the time, different sets, different formations. Again, this is a division game at the third time. You played the first year or the first week and the last week. So what can be different? What can be different is you game plan a team and they run X plays out of X formations. Well, you can change that up. You can have the X formation and you can change the play now. And Kyle Shanahan's scheme, the way he schemes players open. Listen, you know that Christian McCaffrey is going to get the ball. And why does he keep getting the ball? Because the scheme allows him to, whether coming out of the backfield, the slot, wide receiver. He's put in a position to be open. You know, guys like Puka Nacua, you know the ball's coming to them. Even with Jackson Smith and Jigba, you know he's getting the ball. He's more than doubled up. A.J. Banner, the next closest receiver, 119 to 52. You know he's getting the ball, so give the Clint Kubiak some credit for, again, scheming up. How do you have a guy with 163 targets and 119 receptions continue to get receptions? Well, he's a great player, number one, but you scheme it as well and you design it so he's going to find a hole or he's going to have a chance to be open. And that's what Kyle Shanahan does. He does that incredibly well. And a lot of that is done with motion.
You mentioned Puka Nacua as part of your answer, so let's jump to the other NFC game happening this weekend. Who do you favor between the Bears and Rams?
I mean, the Rams are a better team. The Bears, you just wonder, how long can you live on the edge? How long can you live off turnovers? How long, can Caleb Williams roll left and throw an unbelievably on-target pass downfield to Roma Dunze? I mean, how long can you get away with it? Now, they do have a solid running attack, and the Rams defense has been, suspect the last few weeks. But overall, the Rams are a better team. The Rams have great weapons. When the defense plays well, it's a really, really good defense. Going to be really cold, though. And you do have a West Coast team coming to where it's supposed to be like a high of 19. The wind, and I called the game last week in Chicago, and the wind was brutal at times, and it can be. So that could be a factor, especially because Chicago it can be a running team. You can control the ball in bad weather with a run. But I still like the Rams. I think the Rams are a better team.
What about in the AFC? I keep looking at the Patriots, and their first playoff game wasn't too impressive, but they got her done. Drake May's had himself a good season. Vrabel is over there not changing the culture, but I guess enhancing it a little bit. Just your thoughts on the Patriots and their chances to make a run.
Well, I mean, listen, there's part of me that leans a lot toward great defenses, and the Texans have an incredible defense, have an absolutely incredible defense with what they can do. It was to watch how they can dominate a team, but the Patriots are solid on both sides of the ball. They really are. And the Texans look really good, obviously, in their first game against the Steelers. They just absolutely shut them down. The Patriots are very well balanced offensively and defensively, and Drake May probably going to lose to Matthew Stafford in the MVP, but he's going to be at least second, if nothing else. So he's had a really, really good year. It's, again, going to be how clean can the Patriot offense play and not turn the ball over to this Texans defense that's solid on every single level.
Hey, speaking of defenses, I'm glad, Mike, that you mentioned that you love great defenses, because I want to ask you about a take that I heard earlier. I was listening to a show, and they said, it'll be interesting to see if Houston or Seattle does this, but, defenses don't often win championships despite us always saying that. And I thought, God, I feel like that does a little bit of a disservice to, the 2020 Bucks that, completely rattled Mahomes and that offensive line. Yes, they had Tom Brady. Yes, they had great receivers. Obviously, it was just being a complete team as a wild card team. But there's been, I think, times that great defenses have kept teams afloat and got them there and not gotten credit. I don't know. What do you make of the take that we all say defenses win championships, but it may not be true?
No, defenses do win championships, and that Bucks team in 20 never would have got to the Super Bowl without their defense earlier in the playoffs. They would not have been in the Super Bowl. Look at Tom Brady's first couple of Super Bowls in New England. They were a defensive-led team, by far a defensive-led team. What a defense does is it keeps you in every game. If your offense is struggling, you're still in the game. You're still close to a one-score game until you can pull away, right? If you can pull away. I think a dominant defense, without question, can give your offense more possessions with turnovers. Again, can keep the game close. They can turn it into a rock fight. I absolutely think defenses win championships.
This still has nothing to do with the playoffs, but while we're here, I got to ask you, what do you think about the hire of Harbaugh in New York?
Well, I thought, you sit there and look at the openings, and how you rate them is whatever order a coach wants to rate them is ownership, quarterback, roster, right? And if you look at the rosters, the Giants were right there, probably with Atlanta, though Michael Penix is coming off an injury. But they have Bijan Robinson, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, a good pass rushing defense. But the Giants, they have Jackson Dart. They have Andrew Thomas, a great left tackle. They have a great rushing defensive front four. I wasn't sure about how Harbaugh felt about Joe Shane, the GM. I didn't know if they had a relationship or not, and I know that would be important to Harbaugh as well. But the Giants was probably the best job available as far as those components when you look at, what do we have now, 8 openings left?
Yeah.
But you really look at who has a quarterback, who doesn't have a quarterback. That to me is really kind of the tops on the list.
I'm going to stick with the head coaching questions. Do you think McDaniel takes a job as an OC somewhere, reverts back to that, or gets another chance at head coach?
Who, Josh?
Mike McDaniel, sorry.
Oh, Mike McDaniel. Mike McDaniel, he I think he would go to be a coordinator. But there's so many job openings that I wonder if there is a team that would give him another chance. Some guys like Josh McDaniels from the Patriots, he's more of a coordinator than a head coach. He's failed as a head coach, so I think he's better off as a coordinator. Some guys are better as coordinators. We know Mike McDaniel is a little quirky, right, at times. If it were me, it would be offensive coordinator, but there's so many openings. He certainly could be could be a head coach again in this cycle.
He is Mike Golic Sr. Make sure to check him out, Golic and Golic on FanDuel Network. Also, Mike, we have had Mike Golic Jr. on a ton during the football season. Unsurprisingly, both of you guys are fantastic, but he's just been so gracious with his time. We just wanted to kind of extend like a thanks to both of you for being awesome and joining us. We appreciate it.
Oh, no problem at all. I enjoy doing a show with him, though at times I don't think he shows me the proper father-son respect. But that's a whole nother walnut that we need to crack.
If we have him on again, we'll remind him of that. We'll go ahead and cut this,
yes,
and we'll be like,
please.
maybe you should make a phone call after this one, Mike. Just say hi
please
to your dad.
do that. Please do that.
All right, have a good one.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks. See ya.
Let's get to 4 down territory.
This is 4 down territory. Going inside the game. With former Seahawks and Coug wide receiver Michael Bumpus.
First down. Now that Harbaugh is head coach of the Giants, what's the next best job?
All right, so I ranked the following 8, or the remaining 8, and I gave a reason why. So the next best job, you know what it is Baltimore, right? You got your quarterback situation over there. You have defensive personnel. You should be good. The next best job is Atlanta, all because of offensive personnel. You might have a quarterback of Michael Penix. You got Pitts. You got 2 running backs over there. You're good. Number 3 will be Miami, all because of personnel on offense, the weather, and the income tax situation. Next is Tennessee. I think Tennessee because Cam Ward, I think, can be a top 10 quarterback in this league. And when he played against the Hawks, he made some flashes. I respect him. It's not just because he was a Coug. I really think that young man can play. Number 5 is Steelers. Steelers because you're going to have stability. You might be there like 6 years off top. You might not make the playoffs for 3. The Rooney family over there is going to give you some opportunity to do their thing. This is where it gets kind of hard for me. Number 6, I'm going to say Arizona. Just because of tight end and wide receivers. Like, they have some talent over there, just can't put it all together. Number 7, I'm going to go Cleveland, simply because of the defense. And number 8, Las Vegas, because it's a disaster. But you do have the number 1 pick, but you are definitely starting from the bottom. That's my rank of the available jobs out there.
That's a good ranking. I'm trying to decide if the number 1 pick for Vegas bumps them up ahead of the Cardinals or ahead of someone else.
The 6, 7, and 8 were hard for me.
That's tough. Yeah, that's tough. Second down. What would be a huge problem for the NFC?
If Mike McDaniels gets hired by the Lions. If he gets hired by the Lions, we're going to see the team from a couple years ago, that Ben Johnson's offense. He would have 2 wide receivers with 1,000 yards and 2 of the best running backs in the league in Montgomery and Gibbs over there. And you have a veteran quarterback who's going to pick up your offense like that. And his type of offense is what the Lions want to do. Under center, play action, layer it up. This will be a problem for the NFC. Everybody better hope that Mike McDaniels does not go to the Lions, because they will be right back where they started. Campbell called the plays at the end of the season, did a decent job, but with the creativity of Mike McDaniels over there, this could be a problem. The NFC can be even stronger than it's been this year. Y'all better pray that does not go down.
Let us pray. Third down.
Let us pray.
What part of the offense needs to be on point on Saturday?
Look, we got to get better in the red zone. We have to get better in the red zone. I'm going to talk about Sam Darnold, then I'm going to talk about the run game. When it comes to throwing the football in the red zone, Inside the 20, all right, just inside the 20, Sam Darnold is completing 57% of his passes. Then you go to inside the 10, he's completing 53% of his passes. He does have 7 touchdowns and 1 interception inside the 10. He does have 15 touchdowns and 2 interceptions inside the 20, but it's the completion percentage that scares me just a little bit. Next up, let's talk about Zach Charbonnet. Just hand the ball to Zach Charbonnet. That's what you got to do. When it comes to touchdowns, he has 10 inside the 10. 10 touchdowns inside the 10. That's second or third most in the NFL. He has 125 yards in the red zone. That's good for top 10. That's inside the 20. And then when you go inside the 10, he's up there as well. Look, easy completions, but first down inside the 10 especially, you just need to run the dang football. We learned that lesson a couple weeks ago against the 49ers. Sam has to be better. It's crazy because his completion percentage is not on point, but he has so many touchdowns inside the 20. 15 inside the 20, 7 inside the 10. We know he's capable of doing it, but let's set it up first. Let's give the run a chance to loosen up the defense, get their eyes in the backfield, then let that thing go.
4th down. We were just joined by Mike Golic Sr. Anything stand out from that conversation?
The coldest weather I've ever played in was like 10 to 15 degrees.
Ew.
And that was against SC. I told the story the other day. Thought that would be the deciding factor, and they couldn't handle it. But then realized I had Reggie Bush, Matt Leinart, and the Whites.
They're not ready for this snow.
And all these college football Hall of Famers, possibly. But he talked about the cold weather. And I looked up Matthew Stafford because I keep hearing that Matthew Stafford's okay in the snow and the rain or whatnot. So according to this article by Turf Show Times, they follow the Rams, Matthew Stafford is 1-9 in snow, cold, rainy conditions. When the conditions are below 40, he had 2 games where they're below 40. He had 300 yards and 5 touchdowns, 1 interception in 2 games, but he lost those 2 games. And then there's a chart here that breaks down all the cold games. All right, in 2009, it was 28 degrees. He threw for 143 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, lost that game. In 2011, it was 19 degrees with the wind chill. He threw for 520 yards, 2 touchdowns, lost that game. Let's go some more recent ones. And 2024 division, right? The division championship against the Philadelphia Eagles. It was 34 degrees. He was 24-44, 324 yards, 2 touchdowns, lost that game. Now, there's a bunch of other games that they throw out here. But the more I look into it, the more I see that Matthew Stafford still plays some good football in these conditions. His team just doesn't play good football in these conditions. So that makes me think that the weather's not going to be a problem for Matthew Stafford. He does have a finger that's bothering him, that's banged up, but he'll be okay. It's everybody else you got to worry about. Is Puka going to be okay? Is Colby Parkinson going to be okay? Can this defense handle it? I was watching Cam Jordan this morning on First Take, and he says he hated playing in cold weather. Granted, he played in New Orleans, controlled environment. It's always warm over there. So I think it's a real thing when it comes to the team as a whole. But when it comes to Matthew Stafford, he's going to play. Mm-hmm. He's going to do his thing. If he's healthy enough, he'll be good to go. So I don't think the weather's a big deal for him, but it is concerning for the Rams.
Man, you know how mad I'd be to throw for 530 yards and lose a game?
I'd walk in the locker room and just like,
I simply wouldn't even go to the locker room. I go straight to my car. I'd be like, I don't know about you guys. I did what I could. Do you know how many interceptions there were? I ask you after you close the box scores. Sorry.
Right.
I know, my bad. But I'm just like, God, 500-something yards and you lose? Although that kind of sums up he and Calvin Johnson's run.
Exactly.
So maybe that should...
120 yards?
That's crazy.
You lose that game?
What's one of the best games you guys have seen from someone in a loss? And I'll expand it to include a number of sports.
Kobe
if you
dropping
have something.
50 and losing that year when Nash stole the MVP from him. He had like 5 games of 50, like 10 games of 40. Yeah, stole it from him.
Josh Allen.
Oh,
Chiefs.
Yes. One of the games that prompted an overtime
passer rating. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm convinced that if they would have won the coin toss and advanced, they could have won it all. Now Bills are still looking for their first. Can they get it going? Still to come, some new updates on Damon Williams. And then at noon, Fox Sports NFC West reporter Eric Williams joins us for a 49ers Seahawks preview. Don't go anywhere.
2 wins away from the Super Bowl.
It's time to eat, boys.
The first obstacle, a hated rival.
Purdy has time, throws to the middle.
intercepted. Victim to some of the greatest playoff moments in Seahawks history.
Welcome to the dark side.
Richard Sherman tips it.
Whole city going up like it's our time.
Seahawks 49ers.
All teed up.
The divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
You know how we do it. Better bring your hard hat when you can illumine.
Saturday night, kickoff at 5 on the home of the Seahawks.
You are now entering the death zone.
Seattle Sports.
Welcome.
Stacy here to tell you that I have had a horrible experience buying and selling a car, so I know a good one when I see it, and that's why I want to tell you about Wayscar Ford in Auburn. These are real people I've worked with, Mark and Chris, and Way himself. Wayscarf is real. I know them, and you will too, and they want you to have a hassle-free, no-pressure experience when you're looking to sell your car or buy a new one. And let me tell you what, trusting the people you're working with is massive. Again, I really did sell my car years ago to a place that absolutely ripped me off, and I wish I would have known about Wayscar Ford's profit share program. Here's how it works. You bring in your car that you're looking to sell. They will give you a true valuation, and if you accept the offer, they pay you the same day. Then once they sell the car, they split any profit they make with you, 50-50. The program is a win-win for everyone. They get to save money on auction fees, and you get to avoid scams and hassle. Plus, you can upgrade to a new model from their vast inventory like I did. I recommend a Bronco Sport. I'm obsessed with mine. They've just surpassed sharing over $1 million with people who have sold them their cars. You can find out how you can do it, too, at wayscarford.com.
Here's what you can look forward to when you get your windows replaced. The whole house being way warmer and a lot quieter. Dave Wyman here, and when we had finally had it with our old windows with broken seals, we called Harley Exteriors. They were incredibly friendly, professional, and absolutely knew their stuff. Harley Exteriors windows are a massive upgrade. They keep heat in and noise out. Plus, they're truly gorgeous windows. I said, you guys must use a different type of glass, and sure enough, it's their Olympic series, which is manufactured here in the Pacific Northwest and exclusive to Harley Exteriors. Harley Exteriors has a special offer for Seattle sports fans. Buy one window and get the second 40% off. No payments or interest until 2027, and take an additional $200 off your project. Call 833-HARLEY or go to harleyexteriors.com. Schedule your free consultation today. That's harleyexteriors.com.
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Our #1 thing with them is always like, hey, welcome someone in and assure them that they're in the right place. We're going to take care of them.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today to cars4kids.org. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS. Donation is super easy and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's cars with a K.
The road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle.
Listen to the 12th man.
And Seattle Sports on 710, the home of the Seahawks.
Fall rains can expose hidden roof problems, and once water gets in, the damage only gets worse. Is your roof ready for the season? Hi, Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. At State Roofing and Exteriors, we repair and replace roofs with a quality you've trusted for decades. And yes, we also provide siding, windows, decks, and gutters to keep your entire home protected. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule a free estimate. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
When the new year hits, every business could use a little something to stay ahead. A lift, a jump start, an edge, or perhaps a boost. Like the all-new 5-year business boost from Comcast Business. It's the certainty of a price lock for 5 years on qualifying internet bundles. Plus, you'll have the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment, so your whole team can stay connected at a great rate. And to sweeten the deal, ask about a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. It's the boost your business deserves. So sign up for the 5-year business boost and get a 5-year price lock on ultra-reliable Wi-Fi. Plus, ask about a $500 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 2/22/26. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees. Best Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA. Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Guys, low energy, low drive, or strength not what it used to be? For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Washington, start with a free T-check exam and consultation to get real answers. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. Call 206-529-1111 or visit revivemenshealth.com. Terms apply. Must medically qualify.
This is The Timeline
with Bump and Stacy.
Brought to you by 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
We're a week removed from the controversy of Damon Williams' portal entry and decision to ultimately stay at UW. Huskies head coach Jedd Fisch spoke to the Seattle media about the entire ordeal for the first time yesterday. First, Fisch explained how Damon didn't purposely announce his portal entry during the memorial service for UW women's soccer player Mia Hammond. Cut 12. Sorry, right here.
I want to start with this. There was no intention to distract from Mia Hammond's celebration of life. As Damon mentioned in his statement, he sincerely apologized for the timing that coincided with such an important occasion and never wanted to be a distraction. I spoke with Coach Van Dyke. I spoke with Mia's mom and dad. Damon will speak with the soccer team this week, and certainly we all apologize for those. For that unfortunate event.
I'm glad he's talking to the soccer team. I didn't think it was intentional either. Like, that seems like a mean-hearted, mean-spirited thing to do.
No.
It's just kind of like an oversight that ended up being callous.
I think so. And who was it? Someone's mom jumped on Damon.
No, it was Jedd Fisch's wife.
His wife jumped on him.
Who is someone's mom?
Yeah.
Who is someone's mom?
Who is someone's mom?
But yeah, it's here's the thing, man. Young people make mistakes all the time. Even us old folks make mistakes, right? I don't think him being a Husky, or at the time a former Husky, of course he's aware of the situation with this young lady, but he probably had so much other stuff going on in his mind that he just wanted to get this out as soon as possible and just forgot that they were having the memorial there. So, no, I don't think he's that malicious to where he's going to purposely drop that news during that time.
I have a few more here. Fisch later went on to say that Damon could do something in his time at UW that's pretty unprecedented in today's college football landscape. Right. Sorry, this keeps reloading. I'm so sorry. Right here.
Despite the challenges of navigating through the complexities of college football in 2026, we remain very optimistic about our future. Damon is 19 years old. And as we've seen, many players are entering the portal and switching teams. Notably, all 4 quarterbacks in the college football playoff semifinals were transfers. We're determined to defy that trend. Damon will be one of the very few that will be able to start week 1 of our season, the season before, and playing game 1 of the season before that. All for the University of Washington, all for the same head coach. And I think that's a really big deal.
I love kind of having a lot of technical issues in this whole segment. I'm so sorry. I wish it wasn't a relatively serious topic. I'm sorry. I love both things kind of being true. Him noting, hey, all 4 college football playoff semifinal quarterbacks were transfers, and we want to buck that trend. But technically, a near transfer has been a transfer, but also tried to transfer. Sure, though, I would love for this team, my team, to get to a college football playoff. And even though it's very awkward, I think their best bet to do that is having Damon there.
Damon would have been one of the. It was him, Sam Levitt, would have been the 2 quarterbacks that were highly touted, and teams would have been just doing whatever they could to get after him. Yeah, that's great news for Husky football that this young man's going to be back. He's explosive. He's elusive. He has a cannon. And it's important. I think it's his best bet, too, that he stays in an offense that he already knows, man. UW, you ought to step up and give this man his money. I hear the offer was comparable to some of the top quarterbacks in the game. Not as much as Arch Manning. Arch is getting like $5 to $6 million. But if he's around the $2 to $3 million package, I think it's best to stay, man. I understand chasing another $1 million could change things for you, but you're in college. You're getting paid millions. Stay with your school and try to do something special.
And maybe we shouldn't be shocked that any of this happened because college football and college sports are kind of a weird landscape right now. In fact, Jed talked about how hard navigating these waters can be.
2026 is very different than any other year we've ever experienced in college football. There has never been and has never been a time where universities are engaging with agents. There has never been and will never be a time, or there has never been before, a time where universities are paying players directly. And there certainly has never been a time where it has been so open and such a topic of conversation on a daily basis. So we are all learning on how to deal with these uncharted waters. We're learning to navigate relationships with our athletes, the agents, contract negotiations, financial planners, lawyers, and all to make sure that we can handle this competitive landscape.
It's a weird environment. It really, really is.
Yeah.
And I think Washington has most of the right pieces right now. The weird part is that you never know how long any of these pieces are going to last there. You very nearly lost out on your quarterback after thinking you locked them down. But yeah, I don't envy coaches overseeing these programs. It makes it even more miraculous what someone like Cignetti's able to do. And frankly, even more credit to someone like Lanning, who is a highly touted coach who stays at the same school to try to win a championship with them. I hate Oregon, but there are people finding success and finding ways to do it in today's landscape, and I hope Washington and Fish do.
How you do it? You got money. You got a university that's going to back you up. And as a coach, you're selling your school, your product, your organization to these kids, too. The only unfair thing about this is that every single year, these coaches got to kiss these athletes' butts and hope that they don't leave. He's right. This has never been experienced before. These are the pioneers of this whole thing, especially the quarterbacks are the main ones entering the portal, at least the high-profile ones that are looking for some money. And these coaches got to be stressed out. These universities have to be stressed out. I just hope that eventually there's some type of protocol, there's some type of structure to this, because if not, I couldn't imagine. I would not want to be a college football head coach right now. I wouldn't want to do it. I'd rather be in the NFL, being an assistant, and just go that way because there are contracts. You don't have to recruit. You just show up during OTAs, and you have who you have. It's stressful on the college level.
Next up, Rams offensive lineman Kevin Dotson was asked yesterday about being stepped on by Derek Hall nearly a month ago. Dotson sounds like someone who's looking for payback.
I didn't know somebody stepped on me and did all that until I seen the film and stuff. But if I would have knew that, I can't say too much, but. I'm past it. I'm not gonna hold nothing against them until I can see them and get back. I don't know. I'm not gonna step on nobody. I get it between the plays, but I'm fine.
I stand by, and I sound like a homer, but I stand by not thinking that was super intentional. It didn't look like it on the film. Frankly, it didn't look like he stomped on him. It looks like his foot got caught underneath and he hops over him. Who knows what really happened, but these two teams could meet again.
They could.
In a week.
They should, honestly. And I appreciate that response. I mean, if he didn't even think it was on purpose or didn't realize he got stepped on, that should probably let you know the intentions of that whole thing, right? But the NFL has the rules, and maybe they have an angle that we haven't seen to where it looks like it was intentional. And, you know what you do? You get him back within the rules of the game. There are ways for him to do that. So, but D. Hall's a beast. He going to be ready.
Do we have our first controversial selection to Team USA's World Baseball Classic roster? Our next story, the recently retired Clayton Kershaw was named to the squad. Our thoughts on this one?
Get a job, Clayton. Enter the workforce.
Let him be a Patriot, Curtis.
Phillip Rivers came back.
Phillip Rivers came back.
That's true.
This is last hoorah right here.
Kershaw never really left.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Kershaw was just there.
Kershaw's wife is probably like, all right, we get spring together. Finally Clayton's home.
Let's go.
We get a whole baseball season together.
We gotta be a family.
And he's like, hold on, babe, just this once.
Look, it's forgotten country.
Yeah.
Okay? It's the World Baseball Classic. We can't.
Has he participated before?
He may have. I don't know. I mean, there's obviously low stakes for him because he doesn't have to worry about, pitching a full season after this.
It sounds stupid to say great roster for the World Baseball Classic, but it is.
He's like, babe, 200 more pitches. That's it. 200 more pitches. I got it in me.
200 pitches. I don't have an issue with this.
I love when Dodger greats go on and just keep being great.
Of course you do.
Why not? Let
of course
the man
you
be
love
great.
that when
Just
that
What
happens.
if he gets shelled in his first game because he hasn't worked out all offseason? You think he's actually throwing bullpens this offseason?
Hey, probably not. But know what? Pitchers seem like they can just show up and do everything. I know they can't before y'all jump on me, but if we're just looking at Kershaw's body type, he don't need to do much lifting.
Hear me out. Clubhouse guy.
This is definitely
This is a clubhouse guy.
morale boost.
You know what I mean? This is a guy that's he's gonna get the little American flag things for people.
I feel like, too, the guys on Team USA are going to be, let's win it for Clayton. Kind of the way the Dodgers kind of rallied around him in the World Series.
Now, hear me out on the second one. Clayton Kershaw needs to fake an injury so that Team USA rallies to do this.
I don't think
for
he's going to
him.
need to fake an injury. I think he's nearing.
Hey, it's going to be Rookie of the Year when he throws the pitch.
He's got to underhand it.
Fox Sports NFC West reporter Eric Williams joins us at noon.
2 wins away from the Super Bowl.
It's time to eat, boys.
The first obstacle, a hated rival.
Purdy has time, throws to the middle, intercepted.
Victim to some of the greatest playoff moments in Seahawks history.
Welcome to the dark side.
Richard Sherman tips it.
Whole city going up like it's our time.
Seahawks 49ers.
All teed up.
The divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
You know how we do it. Better bring your hard hat when you can illumine.
Saturday night, kickoff at 5 on the home of the Seahawks.
You are now entering the dead zone.
Seattle Sports.
Welcome.
IRG Physical and Hand Therapy doesn't just treat injuries, they elevate athletes. From weekend warriors to elite competitors, IRG Sports Institute clinics are built for performance, blending top-tier physical therapy with advanced sports science and personalized training plans. Hey, Brock Hewitt here with Shannon O'Kelly, physical therapist and owner of IRG Physical and Hand Therapy. Why? Why elevate athletes as well?
Because here at IRG, Brock, our motto is we want you to be your best self, your best physical self, your best mental self, and your best community self. At our new IRG Fremont Sports Institute, we're providing that type of care. We've got the latest equipment, the greatest techniques, the providers there that are excited to get you better, basically bigger, faster, stronger. Doesn't matter if you're a weekend warrior, a recreational athlete, an elite athlete, we will make you to be your best.
You'll work with specialists who understand the grind because they've been there. With access to cutting-edge equipment and recovery techniques, you won't just heal, you'll come back stronger. Visit irgpt.com, irgpt.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Happy New Year, Susan. I really appreciate you picking up the bill for lunch.
I'm happy to. One of my New Year's resolutions is being better with money. So I've started using Upside, the free app that pays you cash back for buying gas.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I earn cash back just for buying the gas I was already buying.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make $200 to $300 this year.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play and start earning cash back on everyday gas purchases. Use promo code RIDER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents per gallon on your next fill up. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code RIDER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code RIDER. Code RIDER.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Ooh, that face. Quantum fiber internet loves
Thinking outside the box from inside the box.
Quantum fiber Wi-Fi keeps your meeting game strong. From the back door to the front lawn.
Rushing all of the video calls. Back to back to back video calls.
Quantum fiber internet blowing the soxies of all those people in all those boxes. Yay to you.
Switch today at quantumfiber.com. Additional pods may be needed to achieve Wi-Fi coverage in some locations. Limited availability. Service in select locations only.
Heading outdoors or on the water this weekend? Check in with Joey and Nelly on the Outdoor Line from 6 to 8 a.m. every Saturday on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
Hi, I'm Dustin, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. I know finding a dream engagement ring can be overwhelming, but don't worry, we got you. As director of diamond sourcing, it's my job to make sure every single diamond at Shane Company is truly the best of the best. Our team travels the world to see diamonds up close, in person. We handpick each one for its unique fire, brilliance, and scintillation. Diamond buying is an art. Of course, we look at cut, color, clarity, and carat, known as the 4 C's. But that's not all. We also look at how each diamond looks on a hand, where it will be worn, how it makes you feel, and if it's worthy of a Shane Company customer. That type of expertise only comes from working for a company that's been a family business since 1929. We also think about your budget. We only pick the best in each grade in all shapes and sizes. Your diamond is guaranteed to be the most beautiful because a friend wants you to pick from only the best. Drop by your store or shaneco.com and see for yourself. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Okay, I want to talk about a few injuries here. We have our final updates, injury updates on Friday, so this could be moot by tomorrow afternoon. But I wanted to get to the latest on Fred Warner, the latest on Charles Cross. I'll throw in the latest on Ricky Pearsall, and Bump will all figure out how much of it matters. Which return, which absence could matter the most for either of these teams. First, the latest from Adam Schefter on Fred Warner.
He's pushing to play. He's not giving up hope yet. Kyle Shanahan was dismissive of the idea all week long, but Fred Warner doesn't want to let it go. And here's the deal. They have until Saturday afternoon at 4 Eastern to activate him. Like the Niners-Seahawks game doesn't kick off till that night. So the Niners don't have to activate Fred Warner if they're going to do that until Saturday at 4 Eastern.
The initial plan was to have Fred Warner maybe be able to make it back for the NFC Championship if the 49ers were able to advance. And it sounded, as of this past weekend, as though that was still the plan when Kyle Shanahan didn't sound super optimistic that Warner would be returning. However, He's out there. He's practicing. He was designated to return to practice, could obviously be activated for this weekend. He has said that he feels like he could play this weekend, and I'm looking at a video right now on Twitter of him working out with the team, and he looks great.
He looks great going through drills. I'll give him that. But things get real. You get on that field, and you are reacting to a run, you're reacting to a pass, you are taking on a guard or a tackle that's climbing to the second level. Mm-hmm. That's when the real test comes. I've been at practice before, recovering from an injury, and I feel great at practice. But when I got in the game and I really got to run and snap it down and break the route in or block a DB or a linebacker, that's going to be the true test. So, yes, if he does play, so be it. I don't think it changes their defense completely. Mm-hmm. It does give them a boost, but you can bounce around in practice all you want. I hope he's okay. Like, I'm not wishing bad on him or anything like that, but yeah. I just know how these things go.
A notable one to watch for the Seattle Seahawks, Charles Cross. This is not the hamstring injury that he's been dealing with that has kept him out of games. This is a new knee injury, and it sure sounds like one that literally just happened because he was a full participant in practice on Tuesday with that hamstring issue coming back from it, and then yesterday was limited with a new knee injury. So I'm assuming that he was banged up a bit in practice or maybe something just popped up randomly. Again, we will hear from Mike Macdonald tomorrow. He'll be asked about Charles Cross, undoubtedly. Until then, here's what I don't love about this. Josh Jones, a non-participant in practice with a knee injury bump.
Yeah, that's concerning because he's done a great job this season filling in for Charles Cross. He's the reason why I wasn't concerned if Charles Cross were to get banged up in practice again this week. So with him being out, I believe you have to go with Kite and see how that works out. But I don't think it is Kite, right? Yeah, I think so. I don't think that makes or breaks what this offense can do.
Mm-hmm.
Does it change the way that Kubiak calls plays? Does he lean more to the right side than the left side? I don't know. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. It's concerning, but I don't think this will be the determining factor if this team wins or loses that game.
What about Ricky Pearsall? Ricky Pearsall was great in week 1, over 100 yards. If he's out there, and everyone who's going to be out there, Cross, Warner, Ricky Pearsall, are not going to be 100%.
Right.
What does it mean if they have him?
Here's the thing. So I saw that in our prep email, and I went back and I watched a bunch of defensive plays that game where Pearsall went off. And you know what I didn't see? I didn't see Amawari out there because he was banged up. And I didn't see the same connection that this team has now. I didn't see, like, they were disciplined. They were in their spots. They were playing some good ball, but it just looks different now. The energy is different now. The understanding of their assignments are different now. The aggressiveness is different now. I'm not knocking Pearsall and saying that he can't have himself a big day. He was a first-round draft pick for a reason. My man can ball. But I also think that this defense has gotten better since then as well. And that's what you're supposed to do. I'm not supposed to put on the film from week 1 and look at the film from week 18 and be like, oh, same team. No, you got to see some improvement. That's what this defense has done. So, yes, he is a threat. I respect him, but I think this defense has gotten better.
All right, let's go back to Seattle. Let's say Cross is questionable heading into the weekend, and we aren't going to find out until 90 minutes before game time whether or not he's going to play, unless someone like Adam Schefter tweets it out before then. And let's say that's the same case for Warner. If you're down to your third string left tackle in this one, if you're Kubiak, how does that change things? Do you lean more on the run? Does it suddenly become your defense has to win this maybe? Like, what does it mean to be down to your third string left tackle? This is a worst case scenario in a must-win playoff game.
It means that protection might be a bit more shaky. It means that the left side might be challenged a bit more as far as stunts and pressures. It means that you're going to be constantly evaluating and checking in to see how he's progressing, how comfortable is he, what he likes, what he doesn't like. Yeah, because when you go with Josh Jones and Charles Cross, there's evidence of what they can do. There's a bunch of film. You know what they're capable of. You know if they can handle certain things. So I think it means more for the 49ers that they might test that left side a bit more. As far as calling plays, I think you go in with your game plan, the game plan you would have, whether it's Cross or Jones out there, and then you're evaluating it, and if you have to adjust, and you do so.
I'm still feeling pretty good about this weekend. You're never overly confident going into a game. G just popped in here for a second. We were all talking about it, and he was right. It's a divisional game. You can never be overly sure that you're going to get this one. Kyle Shanahan is a brilliant play caller, and Kyle Shanahan is probably circling this one as, like, not just because it's an upcoming opponent, but it's like, oh, man, that loss stings. My offense put up 3 points against this defense. Yeah, I got to get the better of Mike Macdonald this time around. I'm sure that's what he's thinking.
Oh, it's personal.
Yep, I'm sure that it's personal for both of these guys heading into this one. But I still feel like so many of the strengths lie with Seattle, and I say that knowing Cross might not play.
Yeah, no, I think it's – unless we're talking quarterback, center, and somewhere on the D-line, the effect isn't going to be as major, right? If Sam Darnold doesn't play, of course, it's going to be different, right? If our center doesn't play, it might be different, but Oluwatimi has shown that he can show up. It's about the true impact type of guys. And the offensive line, there is some impact, but you're 1 of 5. If we had multiple offensive linemen missing, I'd be a bit more concerned. So this is why you prep. Can this offensive line do what this defense has done all year, which is be ready when your number is called?
What should we know about the 49ers heading into this one? Let's ask Eric Williams, the Fox Sports NFC West reporter, joins us next.
is what the NFL playoffs are all about.
The Seahawks win the game.
A dominant Seahawks team, 2 wins away from the Super Bowl.
This is the vision that we had for our team.
Hosting a bitter rival.
Richard Sherman tips it.
In front of the best, loudest fans in the game.
Listen to the 12th man.
Let's go. Seahawks 49ers, Saturday night. Kickoff at 5 on the home of the Seahawks, Seattle Sports.
For those diagnosed with anxiety, depression, or PTSD, Northwest Ketamine Clinics wants you to know hope exists. A recent patient, Evan, details his experience.
Every day was a struggle. I was constantly throughout my life researching what are new ways, are there any breakthroughs for depression, anxiety, these things. And at some point I started to read a few things about ketamine. I probably read every single thing on the website multiple times.
Northwest Ketamine Clinics defines success as a reduction in symptoms by 50% or more. Over a 3-week period, 86% of their patients are successful.
When I arrived at the clinic, it was just a beautiful, peaceful, quiet place. As I saw that healing and growth could take place, and as I put the energy into it, I just saw so many things change in my life.
Welcome to the Pacific Northwest's most experienced ketamine center. Book a free phone or video consult at nwketamineclinics.com. Healing starts here.
Seattle's rainy season is here. Don't wait to replace your roof. Schedule your free estimate at 3treeroofing.com and get $500 off your roofing project. Our expert team creates a custom plan for your home, ensuring a smooth, worry-free installation even in the winter months. With material prices low and lead time short, now is the best time to act. Stop throwing money at costly repairs. Protect your home this winter with a new roof from your neighbors at 3 Tree Roofing. Visit 3treeroofing.com today to secure your $500 discount. 3 Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
To me, the LJ way is to provide an experience that people really enjoy being a part of.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Want to make 2026 your year of adventure? Book that trip and learn a new language with Babbel. Go ahead, make a resolution you can stick to. Now is the time. Babbel's New Year sale is here. Unlock all of the languages on Babbel with the lifetime subscription for 65% off. Just go to Babbel.com and start today. Babbel teaches you relevant words and phrases, so you can start speaking with confidence in as little as 3 weeks. And because Babbel's bite-sized lessons fit easily into your daily routine and are easy to remember, you'll be talking like a local in time for takeoff. Dive into the world of language learning content with Babbel's videos, podcasts, and stories from around the world, full of culture bites and language learning tips. Turn your daydream into a destination this year with Babbel. But don't wait. This offer ends January 15th. Get Babbel's lifetime access for less at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Experience the iconic Mexican music group Bronco at Muckleshoot Casino Resort Saturday, February 28th at 8 p.m. Tickets are on sale now at muckleshootcasino.com.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
First hire this coaching cycle is the biggest name. The Giants are reportedly finalizing an agreement to hire former Ravens coach John Harbaugh as their next head coach. An injury to watch for the Seahawks heading into Saturday's game against the 49ers. Left tackle Charles Cross, who was set to come back from that hamstring injury, suffered what sounds like a new knee injury. He went from a full participant on Tuesday to limited yesterday.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. Fox Sports NFC West reporter Eric Williams joining us on the Emerald Green Casino Sportsbook hotline. Eric, how's it going?
It is going good. First question, what's the weather going to be like this weekend?
It's actually been really nice for a Seattle winter, meaning it's not pouring down rain. I don't know what the forecast is for this weekend.
It's supposed to be clear in 50s, high of 50.
You guys, it is a pretty good weekend to have some football in Seattle in that
It'll be dry.
It's clear. Yeah, clear and dry. So that's the good
Brock
news.
Purdy weather.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no, that makes me nervous. I'm actually going to start by asking some boring questions, getting them out of the way. We were just talking about Fred Warner and whether or not he might play. What's the latest that you're hearing on him, and what would his return mean?
I'd be surprised if he played, to be honest. I think he's just, trying to show, obviously, that he's healthy enough to get out there, wants to be there for his teammates. But in talking to people within the organization, I think they still have his long-term health in mind. And I don't think they want to put him out there if he's not fully healthy, knowing that, he could suffer some type of compensating injury that could set him back even further, being able to play next season. So I think they're going to take a cautious approach with him. I think they want to give him the opportunity to get out there and show that he can play. But I think if he's not fully ready to go, they're not going to play him.
How do the Niners win this ball game? How do they make it interesting?
Well, I think it starts with McCaffrey and the ability to run the ball on offense. I think they're going to have to get a couple turnovers to steal possessions in the game. And then obviously their front line players are going to have to play well. Purdy's going to have to play well. Trent Williams is going to have to play well so they can run the football. And then they're going to have to figure out things defensively so they can keep Seattle out of the end zone. I do feel like there is a path for them to win based on all the experience they have, both as players and coaches, having been in these big moments. But I still feel like Seattle should win this game. They're the better team. They have the better defense. They have the better playmakers 1 through 53 on their roster. So I expect Seattle to win.
I agree with your analysis that there's a path for San Francisco, but that there are more paths for Seattle to get it done. That being said, for that path for San Francisco, what are the ingredients? What needs to happen there? What's that path look like?
I think Brock Purdy has to play well. I think that you have to start there. He's 4-1 in Seattle, or 4-0 in Seattle. Obviously, that's during the regular season. But he's 1-2 the last 3 meetings, so he struggled a little bit. Obviously, most recently in that 13-3 loss in San Francisco. But I definitely think it starts with good quarterback play, with him connecting with those receivers. And I think the other thing is the receivers have to play well. Guys like DeMarcus Robinson have to step up. I don't know if Pearsall is going to be available or not. Obviously, that helps if he is. But other guys have to come up and make plays with Kittle being unavailable. Kittle has played well against Seattle in the past, and so not having him on offense is a big deal. And again, I think it's the turnover piece. You look at Sam Darnold and the 20 turnovers during the regular season. He needs to play mistake-free football. Sam doesn't have to win the game. He just doesn't have to lose the game to give San Francisco opportunities, particularly I think early on. If San Francisco can get a lead early and they gain confidence, they're going to feel like they have a better chance to win that game. So I think if you're Seattle, you want to jump on them.
That mentality in him. But what type of game do you think we need to see from Sam?
I think he just needs to be efficient. 23 of 30 for 220 and a couple touchdowns. I think he just needs to make a handful of plays when they need him to make them in critical moments of the game. And then otherwise, let the rest of the offense carry it. They've been running the ball pretty effectively over the last month or so, which is good to see, in terms of that zone running scheme starting to pop, big runs and guys starting to understand, where the rushing lanes are. So I think you lean on that. I think JSN needs to play big in this game. You need to have your best players show up in these big moments. So he's going to have to figure out ways to get open, because I imagine San Francisco is going to have some kind of bracket coverage against him. And then other guys are going to have to show up. Cooper Kupp's going to have to show up. Rashid's going to have to show up, in terms of special teams. So he's going to need help. But yeah, I agree. As if you said, just a couple of those picks were him kind of forcing it. Just let the game kind of come to him.
Is there something you think San Francisco didn't do in Week 18 that you fully expect them to this time? And I don't mean score more points, but just maybe you're surprised to see a certain player used not as much as you thought. Anything like that?
I think Christian needs to get the ball at least 25 to 30 times. He's got to show up. That's their offense. So, however, they need to give him touches, whether it's running the football or getting them involved in the screen game, or maybe even just lining them up as a receiver. I think they need to find more innovative ways to get him involved. And then I think, as you saw against Philadelphia, empty out the playbook. Whatever your bags of tricks are, they need to show up on Saturday. And I think that's an advantage for San Francisco, is when you're talking about a guy like Kyle Shanahan, the inventory of offense that he has at his disposal and things that he could put in week and week out, is vast. And so I think, you're not sure what you're going to see if you're Seattle's defense in terms of how he's going to attack you, because you've faced him so often. So I think that's an advantage. And I think it's also an advantage on the defensive side of the football in terms of what they could do defensively to trick things up, to try to put Sam in a tough situation where maybe he makes a mistake. I think their experience across the board as a coaching staff is something to watch for.
If Pearsall is to play in this game, how do you think that enhances Shanahan's offense? I'm just reading here now. He was limited on Wednesday. I guess we'll see what happens there. He might not play. He might play. What does he do for this offense?
He's their best one-on-one route runner. So I think he gives you a guy that can consistently get open on the perimeter, that you could run specific plays for, where he can spring loose. He has a pretty good rapport and chemistry with Brock. So just having a guy that can win on the perimeter and you don't have to scheme open, which, Shanahan is good at anyway, I think is an advantage in terms of what you can do outside the numbers. And Brock's pretty good, throwing outside the numbers. So that could be a situation where you get into the red zone on a third down and you want to dial something up specifically for a guy on the outside to try to win a one-on-one matchup against, one of Seattle's corners. I think that's an advantage there.
Hey, Eric, you travel a ton. We've seen you actually up here in Seattle, and you cover all four of these teams. And I'm sure you do work around the country when it comes to the NFL. So you talk to a lot of people. When you talk to people about Mike Macdonald, what do they say?
Smart, I think, is the first word that you hear. No nonsense approach is another thing I hear from talking to people around the league. Innovation is the third thing I think you hear from people around the league in terms of his ability to, create diversity on defense, make things look complex with a simple approach. Winner. I think, is another thing that you hear, with what he was able to do with the Ravens, and what he's been able to accomplish just in 2 years in Seattle. So I think all of those things are kind of things that you hear in talking to, coaches and GMs and people in the personnel department around the league.
What do you think the chances are that Kubiak gets a head coaching job next year?
I think it's high. Again, just talking to agents and GMs, he's highly thought of from people around the league. He's going to get some bites at the apple, and I think there's a lot with all of the job openings. What is it? Is it 10 now? With Tomlin stepping down, that's a crazy number. I just think it leads to more opportunities for somebody like him, and everybody's looking for a person that can come in and change their offense. So I think he's going to have some opportunities if he wants them. Maybe he doesn't think those opportunities are best for him and wants to stick around for another year.
All right, I want to take advantage of you covering the Rams to talk about one of the other games we're going to see this weekend. Rams taking on the Bears in Chicago, going to be frigid temperatures. I think most people like the Rams' chances in this one. What I'm curious about is what happened against the Panthers that let Carolina climb back into that one, and is that a risk for them or liability heading into this game?
Yeah, their defense isn't playing great. Like, they're giving up a lot of points. I think that's the one thing when you watch them week in and week out. Teams can move the ball up and down the field against them. Part of it, though, is the way that they play, too, because they rely so much on their offense to kind of lead that team, even though they have, good players on defense, younger players. So for me, they're kind of built like the Colts were when they had Peyton Manning and Robert Mathis and Dwight Freeney. Like, they had a high-powered offense, and then they have defenders on the defensive line that can close you out in the fourth quarter. If you look at them statistically, they have 18 sacks in the fourth quarter, which is number 3 in the league, and their pressure rate is top 10 in terms of fourth quarter and overtime. So they want to play from ahead, get ahead of teams, and then let their pass rush kind of take over and get people off the field and got to have it moments at the end of the game. So you look at that game last week with Chicago, when Chicago was down 21-3 against the Packers, they really missed, Parsons in that situation because they couldn't get off the field in the fourth quarter. I don't think the Rams will have an issue with that if they're able to get a lead early in Chicago. But I'm interested to see how they play in that situation, with the cold weather. Obviously, Stafford's played in cold weather a lot because he played in that division. He played well in cold weather against Philadelphia last week. So I don't think he's going to have an issue in terms of throwing the ball and running the offense.
Yeah, I looked at the numbers of him in cold weather. His numbers are good, but for some reason the team didn't rally around him, and his record isn't great in cold weather. But he can play. He can play. Matthew Stafford, one of the best, can play in any conditions. Any word on his finger? How's that doing?
His finger's good. I mean, I just think people have to ask the question because he got hurt. But, I mean, if you watch the game, he didn't have any issues throwing the ball after he hurt it. And I think it was just more of a jam finger, which, quarterbacks get that a lot through the season. So Stafford's a tough dude. It's not going to affect his performance.
All right, we have talked through most of our interview time with you about the Seahawks and then the other NFC game, which makes sense. I'm also curious about these games coming out of the AFC. Is this finally the year for Buffalo?
I think so. I think they had the best player still left in Allen. Obviously people have talked about the fact that there's no Mahomes, no Burrow, no Jackson on that side of the bracket. So this is really his best opportunity to reach the Super Bowl. I agree with that narrative. And I think, from my opinion, he already beat the best team in that conference, Jacksonville. So winning that game on the road, which if you watched it, I mean, it was a knockdown, drag-out game that they kind of needed everything in order to win. Jacksonville went to Denver and just went up and down the field against them. Like, they won by 2 touchdowns, and it really wasn't that close. So I expect, the Bills to win that game in Denver. I think they're the better team. And then I think they're ultimately going to face the Patriots because I think Patriots are just going to have a little more offense against the Ravens. And then I think Josh Allen is going to get it done in New England and go to the Super Bowl. So I expect the Bills to advance to Santa Clara.
Your giving my bracket hope, Eric. I got the Bills.
You're near
there.
last place.
Actually, I'm not.
Well, I am.
What are you talking about?
I took the Eagles too far.
Why you gonna get on the airways and lie like that?
Because I noticed that me, you, Brock, what I noticed is that Matt on the board, who hates sports, is number one.
There's
Eric,
Matt
I'm sorry
and
to bring
then,
this
like,
up.
8
I'm bringing
people
family
tied
business
at
on
4.
air.
Just because of the order of the names. Eric, she over here tripping, dog. Anyway, so I'm with your thinking. I think that Josh Allen has a Superman in him. I know they have 3 active wideouts on their roster, but with Cook in the backfield, who is underrated, no one talks about him enough. I think they should be able to get her done. With the Seahawks, man, I don't expect the dominant performance that we saw a couple weeks ago, but I do expect this defense to be able to handle whatever the 49ers throw at them. Who do you think is the most important part of this defense?
Ernest Jones. I just think he kind of sets the tone for them. His ability to get sideline, his ability to take the ball away this season. And he's just kind of the tone setter for that defense at the second level. I think we know what you're going to get in terms of their D-line. You know, they're going to get after the passer. They're going to get after Purdy. They should be able to stop the run for the most part. I don't think McCaffrey's going to run for 200 yards against them. I'd be surprised if that happens. Secondary, I guess, would be a question a little bit. You know, how's Reek going to play in terms of his matchups and coming up and run support. But I think it all starts with, the guy calling the signals in the middle.
Fox Sports NFC West reporter Eric Williams, a great resource for us to have in this year where the NFC West is absolutely phenomenal. Thanks so much, Eric.
Thanks, Eric.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and maybe I'll see you guys. I will be up there this weekend.
Yes,
Let's
hopefully
go.
so. Have a good one.
Okay, you too.
The audacity
I can't believe you.
The audacity
I cannot
of
believe you.
Okay, but listen. No,
you're
hang
in
on.
your last
hang on.
place.
Hang on.
What are you
Time
talking
out.
about?
Time out. Okay, first of all, Brock was in last place.
Yeah.
Not me.
Tied with you.
Well, no, but Brock's name came last.
No, Brock's at 2, Stacy's at 3.
Thank you.
There's Matt and Wyman with 5, a bunch of us
Ridiculous.
at 4, and then Curtis, Salk, Stacy, Justin at 3. Then
Matt fell backwards into first place. You didn't even. Who'd you pick for the Super Bowl?
Buffalo to win the Super Bowl.
And why?
Because I like buffalo wings.
See?
You know why you thought I was in last place? Because it says Michael. When am I ever referred to as Michael?
Oh, is that left go?
I think it's Simeona.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
We got too many mics here. You, Simeona, Lefko, and Salk need to get together and figure that out. Figure it
Bumper's
out.
tied for second.
Oh, that's very upsetting. Okay, for a minute there, I did feel some solidarity, and I did feel like, oh, okay, I'm not the only one. So it's just me and Broccoli at the bottom?
You're Stacy. You're in third. Tied for third.
Yeah, you are second to last.
Oh, this is horrible.
Hey, you're with me. We're both second to last.
We're not ball
But
knowers.
Michael Simeona with My Northwest and Brock are bringing up the rear.
Brock is
tied.
the disappointing one right there.
Yeah.
Brock, you should be a ball knower.
The Michael really got me.
Yeah, no, I'm
Got
looking.
me.
I'm like, what is she talking about?
I felt like, you know what? At least I'm with my friend Bump and Brock.
The way she
they know
said it
ball.
was like Mean Girls too. Actually, you're in last place. What?
I'm sorry. Let's get to headline rewrites.
Headline rewrites.
We must make headlines.
The real story behind the headlines in today's news.
Powered by Bay
I'm
Alarm
not in last
Security
place.
With
Services.
Bump and Stacy.
Joining first.
Enough.
Talk to her,
No,
Dang.
enough.
Matt's up in his
I'm
little
just
perch,
turning
looking down
pages
on
and I'm
us.
not reading anything. I'm just turning pages of my media guide to act like I'm distracted. I'm
What's
too busy
nuts
for
is that
this.
Matt won it last year too.
And you chose
Same-
Philly
same
because you like
formula.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
It's always sunny in Philadelphia.
This is what I'm saying. Like, it really follows no rhyme or reason.
It does. Actually, he makes
Matt's
it make
cracked
sense.
the formula here. Yeah.
Matt, who'd you choose out of the NFC to go to the Super Bowl?
Good question. I don't know. I thought you picked the Seahawks because that means you get more game checks.
I did pick
that
the
way.
Seahawks to go to the Super Bowl.
Oh my God.
Headline number 1: the Giants are finalizing a deal to make John Harbaugh their next head coach. What's the real headline?
There's nowhere to go but down when your last quarterback was Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, but
Not a bad landing
I think
spot.
it'd be all right. I think it'd be all right.
Yeah.
Jackson Dart has shown some promise. You do have neighbors over there, Scatterboo, that have to get healthy. But I think John is coming in here to give some structure, like he understands what winning looks like, how to build a program. He's bringing Monk over there with him. I think the chances are in a couple of years that they look decent. I'm not going to say they're going to be Super Bowl contenders in a couple of years, but I think John's job is just to rebuild a franchise and then see where it goes from there.
This is what I don't like when you guys gang up on me unfairly, is then listeners start doing it. Joe and Bellevue, I'm concerned Stacy's picking the Seahawks to win based on her track record of picks. Okay. Well, I can get back in it. Yeah, I chose the Eagles to go to the, I think, conference championship. I don't know why I did that.
Well,
the logic made sense at the time. You know what it was? I won like 2 years ago, and so I felt too confident. I felt like I know.
Points in our office pool are double in the divisional round. So
yeah,
you can
I can pull ahead. Unfortunately, I think Matt might win it all. I think Eric's right. I think it might be the Bills advancing. I picked the Patriots. What did I do?
Headline number 2, Charles Cross is on the injury report again, but this time with a new knee injury. He's listed as questionable for Saturday. What's the real headline?
Man, it's easier to feel confident against the 49ers 4-man rush when you're not down to 4 guys yourself.
Yeah, Niners are struggling. And Fred Warner looked good, bouncing around with a helmet on and T-shirt and shorts. You get in that game, things change. You got to react quicker. That's the thing, is you are reacting on defense. You're not pressing. You're reacting. And he plays such a physical game that I just don't see it happening. And Eric doesn't think it's going to happen. They're looking out for his future. Go ahead and sit down, Fred.
It doesn't sound like you think that that's the difference between like, oh, you can't win this game without Charles Cross, or like Fred Warner being out here wins them this game. It's more that it adds a wrinkle that you now didn't think you'd have to prepare for.
Yeah, something to think about.
Yeah.
Niners are giving them something to think about.
Okay. Something to
Headline rewrites.
Headline 3, Oregon quarterback Dante Moore announced he'll return to school for the 2026 season, bypassing the chance to be the number 1 overall pick in this year's draft. What's the real headline?
Dante Moore is giving up an opportunity to join the Jets in 2026 for an opportunity to join the Jets in 2027.
Yeah. And the reason why he's okay staying in college, millions. He's getting paid millions of dollars. How much money you save in Eugene, living in Eugene, Oregon? Oh my gosh, so much.
Sometimes I think about that because Seattle's so expensive, and I'll see like a viral thread on Twitter, and someone will be like, $3,000 for an apartment. Where? They're talking about downtown Chicago. You're like, it is not hard to find a $3,000 apartment in Seattle.
It's easy.
Yeah.
Just look around the corner.
It's crazy. Seattle's so expensive. I'm so jealous of people just living in the middle of nowhere in Tennessee.
Hey.
You can get a giant house, I bet.
Racks.
Yeah. I could live in a mansion. I'd be too scared.
I know. You wouldn't need a mansion. You need a little rambler.
I don't believe in ghosts until I'm in a big house by myself. And then all of a sudden, it's like, you never know. You just never know.
I believe in ghosts for sure.
Like all the time you believe in ghosts?
All
Like
the time.
right now in this moment.
There's a spirit floating through this radio station right now.
That's weird.
Just saying. Chances are.
Matt, do you believe in ghosts?
I do. I shouldn't, but I do.
Have you ever had anything happen that made you believe in ghosts?
Back before my parents remodeled their house, I always had the feeling that I was never alone, even when I knew I was alone.
Yeah.
And whenever I would go down the stairs, there was like this weird window to the side that it was a weird house. But like it went off to like a side bedroom, like you could see part of it.
That is
and I would
weird.
always see a shadow in there, and then I would go into the room and nothing would be there.
See, I don't believe in ghosts all the time.
Yeah.
And I think that's how most people feel.
You can't go back and forth.
No, you can't. I think I would bet money that how most people listening feel is they would go, no, I don't believe in ghosts. But you get into the right environment where it's 3 a.m. and like you kind of woke up randomly in the morning and all of a sudden you're a little creeped out. Now you kind of believe. I think that's how most people are with ghosts. Like I don't believe in ghosts right now at 12:23 on a Thursday afternoon. 12:23 a.m. I might believe in ghosts.
Makes no sense.
It's feeling ghost-like sometimes. It does make sense. It makes sense. I'll look around the NFL next.
Wyman and Bob, every afternoon at 2.
Abe Lucas is here. Abe, how are you, man?
I'm great, man. Happy to be here.
Watching this 49er team last night, did you see anything that looked different to you from your meeting with them just a little over a week ago?
They obviously have, game plans for different teams and all depending on, the type of offense that the opposing team runs. They have a great defense. Got really good players over there, so it should be a fun bout and a good challenge for us again. So looking forward to it.
Only on Seattle Sports and Seattle Sports on YouTube.
Matt Coker here with West Coast Men's Health. In the past 5 years, we've seen thousands of men at our clinics. Most guys tell us the same story, that in their early 50s, it's not that they couldn't function, they just needed help. They started taking Viagra, and it worked great at first. But after a few years, it stopped working. The problem is that their arteries had become more restricted since they started taking it, because Viagra does not unclog arteries. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we use acoustic wave therapy to target the real problem. We break down plaque and clear up the arteries so blood can flow like it did in your 20s. This restores function. And guys, listen to this. You won't have to take a pill anymore. So if this sounds like you, give West Coast Men's Health a call today and see how we can help.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Collectors, Front Row Car Show is returning to Tacoma. Join us at the Greater Tacoma Convention Center on January 17th and 18th. 400 tables, baseball, football, basketball, and hockey cards, plus collectibles such as Pokemon, Marvel, Star Wars, and comic books. CGC, JSA, and Beckett will be there. So bring your cards, comics, and autographs to sell, trade, or get them graded. Hundreds of vendors, thousands of dollars in free prizes. Don't miss it. Front Row Card Show, Greater Tacoma Convention Center. Saturday and Sunday, January 17th and 18th, 11 to 5. For more info, go to frontrowcardshow.com. That's frontrowcardshow.com.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-897-4400. That's 800-897-4400.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Man, I love seeing the old gang at these reunions. Did you see Brian? He's in better shape than he was 25 years ago. How is that even possible?
Yep, I ran into him a few weeks ago and had to ask. He told me he started taking Eugenics Total T2.
The testosterone booster?
Yeah, but it's way more than that now. It also skyrockets your nitric oxide in as little as 3 hours. I started taking it right away, and I'm already seeing results.
I was wondering what you were doing. You seriously crushed me in that pickup game last week.
Yep, after 40, energy, strength, drive, it all starts going downhill. But with T2, I feel like my old self again. Stronger, leaner, and my energy is way up. My wife even noticed a difference. They're giving out complimentary bottles right now. Just send them a text.
Text CAR to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of new Nugenix Total T2. Text now and you'll also get a free bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator. That's CAR to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Product not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
The road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle.
Seattle is going to win this football game.
And Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Hey, Brock Ewart here for my friends at People Come First, or PCF Construction Group. Are you tired of grilling in the cold and rain every winter? Well, with a patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy your outdoor deck or patio all year long, staying warm and dry, even in the cold winter. Take advantage of off-season savings through February 15th, and you can get up to 10% off your entire project, plus 12 months with no payments and no interest. You see, most people don't consider building a deck in the winter, but if you want yours ready by next spring and summer, contact PCF right now to start planning. Spend the winter dreaming and designing your project so you're ready to build by spring. Planning and permits, they take a little time, so get started now. Get project ideas, browse the photos, and find all the offer details at pcfgroup.com. That's my friends online at pcfgroup.com.
Making your outdoor space with people come first.
Michael is in his 70s, and he was dealing with an injury.
I had tears in my rotator cuff. Just the discomfort of going about everyday life. Day-to-day things were not comfortable or almost impossible, but just being inactive was troubling.
He was in a great deal of pain.
I started trying to learn how to brush my teeth with my left hand, and you can't do it. It was ridiculous.
Searching for answers, Michael found Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine, where he underwent stem cell therapy.
You know, I played basketball Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and so I'm getting my shot back. It's not back to where it was, but hey, before I couldn't even do anything, so 100% improvement of what it was.
Wow, that's great to hear. Would you recommend stem cell therapy to others?
I can share without a doubt that it helped me, and I'm grateful for that.
Whether it's a shoulder, hip, or knee, before you choose surgery, consider stem cell therapy with Dr. Mark Wagner, MD, at Seattle Sports and Regenerative Medicine. Schedule your consultation at drmarkwagnermd.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
The Rams are about to play in frigid temperatures this weekend against the Bears. Matthew Stafford was asked about his experience playing in bad weather from his time spent playing in the NFC North.
I think each game is kind of unique, right? You can't just bunch them all together. Played in Philly back in the day, there was 6 inches of snow on the ground. Played in other games where it's just cold and dry. You know, I mean, you just got to go figure out what the elements are, how it's going to affect the ball, go play. You know, we had wind last week. What's that like? How's the ball moving when you throw it down the field, all those kind of things. So you just kind of figure it out as you go. Each one is its own unique set of circumstances. I know that both teams are playing in it. You just go out there and execute the best you can. I know Sean and I will be in constant dialogue on, hey, how do we want to call this game? How do we want to get this thing going to give ourselves the best chance to go out there and be successful?
Sunday's high temperature in Chicago is expected to be a balmy 19 degrees. Stafford's record in his last 10 rain or snow games, 1-9. But Bump, you looked at the numbers. You did some digging, and you found what?
I found that, he's 1-9, but it ain't because of him.
I don't like that.
That dude be balling when the weather isn't the greatest. So we got to hope for the same thing, right? He can get his, but can everybody else contribute to the group project? I don't know. But personnel-wise, the Rams are a better team. The Bears are leaning on late-game heroics and Caleb Williams figuring some stuff out and trying to get some takeaways. I think the Bears have a chance, but I think the Rams are still going to get it done.
How did they get it done? With those takeaways? Caleb being a hero?
Caleb has to play to his full potential, I think. You need a great run game with Swift being in the mix. You need DJ Moore to make some plays. But Matthew Stafford has shown that he will give the ball up. He has a 3-turnover game, a 2-turnover game. We saw what he did to the Panthers the first time they linked up. That game is in him, but it's not because of the weather. The weather's not going to affect Matthew Stafford.
Well, and look, we're all talking about Matthew Stafford right now because that's who we're focused on as the quarterback, as an MVP front runner, and as someone whose record hasn't been great in these games. But what we just learned from Eric Williams of Fox Sports, who joined us, the defense for the Rams has not been playing great of late. They've allowed a lot of points. They've allowed some uncomfortable, what's the difference? Differences to be made up. What am I saying? They've allowed a lot of points from opponents that they shouldn't, and that's kind of been swept under the rug because of how great Puka is and because of how great Stafford is, but that's their question mark, that and special teams heading into the postseason. Speaking of the Rams, Sean McVay admitted to getting some outside help in his team's prep for the Bears. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur.
You know what? We watch the tape, we do our work, and Matt is a very close friend of mine.
So getting some.
He was OC for the Rams back in the day.
Cheating is what that is. No, it's not
Heck
cheating.
no. Even when I coach high school football, I'll talk to some coaches and about common opponents once they're eliminated and we're still moving on. That's what we do. We share information, especially if it's a coach who coached for me or with me. Heck yeah, I'm going to hit him up. And that does not change on any level. This is a standard practice when it comes to Sean McVay.
Steelers owner Art Rooney II held a press conference this morning, and he made it sound like he was more than willing to run it back with Tomlin for at least another year.
Well, it was his decision, and I will say that I wasn't shocked, but I wasn't expecting that conversation yesterday either. There were, when you get to this stage of a career, obviously. He even mentioned it himself that he was nearer to the end than the beginning, and so you could see that coming. And so, as I say, I can't say that I was shocked.
When I saw the news of Tomlin stepping down, I thought it was one of those kind of, Pete Carroll and the Seahawks have parted ways where you just have so much respect for what a coach has done. And he's had such a storied career that you have to fire him differently. But it has become evident over the last couple of days that this was very much Tomlin's decision.
It was his, and sometimes you just get tired. Like, they were booing Tomlin at some point this year.
Those Steelers fans.
Booing this man. How do you feel now, though, Steelers fans? You don't know what direction you're going. You don't know if this next coach is going to come in and have some stability. It's, I get why he stepped down. I understand it. I get why fans would want him to leave. I understand it. But now you're in this gray area that you've never been in before. What's going to happen next? I don't know. But I'm glad that it was his decision. I'm glad that the Steelers didn't come to him and say, hey, you got to go.
I've got a story about Gray Zabel you guys are really going to like in a second. Before we get to it, I want to stick with this Tomlin story. Earlier this week, in fact, coming out of that Monday night game on Tuesday, you and I opened the show by saying, the Steelers probably should have made some changes a while ago, and the Seahawks were willing to make them. Is there a chance the Steelers get better quickly?
No. You need a quarterback. Who's your quarterback? What's out there? You have the 21st pick in the draft. You getting Russell? Want to bring Russell back? Kyler Murray? Tua?
Kyler Murray.
Who else could be available? Phillip Rivers out there?
A 45-year-old Phillip
Not many
Rivers.
options out there, though.
Titans star defensive tackle Jeffrey Simmons was a guest on Kevin Clark's This Is Football podcast and gave Gray Zabel some very high praise.
Seattle, I want to say they gave me 2 million problems. I mean, they have a solid offensive lineman for sure, especially with Gabriel. I got a tremendous respect for Ricky. I don't really say that much, but, they believe in him, and I think he going to be pretty soon one of the best guards in this league. I done faced against some good ones like Quentin Nelson twice a year.
Yep.
I see he have that type of potential.
Did he call him Gabriel? Yes, but you got to earn that. That's Jeffrey Simmons. Okay, that's a Pro Bowler. You got to earn the name Gray Zabel. For now, you're just Gabriel, but he at least respects him. And if you're still remembering, that was a tough battle against that rookie. Shout out to him. He's going to be one of the best guards in the year. That's very high praise.
Yeah, if Revis called me Mitchell instead of Michael, but he was talking about how nice I was, I'm like, that's Revis. I'm good.
Sure.
I'll earn that respect.
Totally fine.
It's all good. But that's a high praise coming from one of the best in the game.
Yeah.
So big ups to Gray. Keep doing your thing.
All right. Well, I know we were just wondering who's going to be on the quarterback market. What about the wide receiver market? Is A.J. Brown back on the trade market? Eagles GM Howie Roseman was asked about their plans for the star receiver going into the offseason.
It is hard to find great players in the NFL, and A.J. is a great player. I think from my perspective, that's what we're going out and looking for when we go out here in free agency in the draft, is trying to find great players who love football, and he's that guy. So that would be my answer.
Is A.J. Brown an Eagle in 2026?
No. They got to let him go. Let him go. He clearly does not want to be there anymore. If they don't let him go, that's like someone breaking up with you and you being like, nope, not doing it.
No,
We're
not.
together. We are together. I will see you tomorrow. No, let him go, man. There's so much going on with A.J. Brown. I understand that he's one of the best in the game, but when the locker room and the sidelines start getting all jacked up like that, it's better just to let him fly.
What do the Eagles do from here? Because they're obviously in a very different space, which is a very talented team, a very good team who just won a Super Bowl and who was knocked out of the playoffs and had a disappointing season. There's so much to work with this team, but it felt like such a just drudge. It was just, you constantly, week in and week out, we're hearing about drama. Like, this was not a team that just had a heartbreaking loss because of injuries that accumulated. This was a team that had issues from basically week one.
What do? They fire your OC to get a new voice in there. You let AJ go so he can go be free and do his thing. And then you look towards the NFL draft and try to find yourself a young receiver who you can develop. There are some good ones out there. If there's any position in the NFL that I feel like is the deepest every single year, it has to be wideout, because you're not looking for a 6'6", 300-pound type of guy. Wideouts, you'll get the 6'5", 6'4", all the way down to the 5'9", 5'10", and the offenses in college football are mostly spread, and this is a 7-on-7 generation. Like, they are skilled. They're the most skilled position that I've seen in a long time.
Hey, speaking of Howie Roseman, himself constantly thrown around for Executive of the Year talk, I was thinking more this morning about John Schneider as Executive of the Year, and this is kind of how we're wrapping up NFL headlines. It's not a breaking news story, but just kind of a general topic. What the heck, man? Why aren't I seeing more segments about this nationally? We, all three of our shows, talk about it pretty routinely, understandably so, but if the Seahawks get this done, they moved on from their head coach and their quarterback twice within the last 4 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you should start talking about it. Let the people know.
Well, we talk about it a ton.
Yeah.
And normally I'm not one to just dole out. Like, you don't want to be too much of a homer. And I think sometimes we all tend to be more critical of the teams we cover because you want to, I don't know, be more fair and not have blind spots. But I'm running out of reasons why he shouldn't be in the front on the leaderboard of that conversation. So,
yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. All right. Still to come, 4-down territory at 1:15. The latest from Sam Darnold, who's speaking with reporters today, that's coming up at 1:45. And then I guess I'll open it up to a few questions next. We aren't having what I need to know, so if you have any, you can get those in next. That's all coming your way next.
2 wins away from the Super Bowl.
It's time to eat, boys.
The first obstacle, a hated rival.
Purdy has time. Throws to the middle, intercepted.
Victim to some of the greatest playoff moments in Seahawks history.
Welcome to the dark side. Richard Sherman tips it. Whole city going up like it's our time.
Seahawks, 49ers.
All teed up.
The divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
You know how we do it. Better bring your hard hat when you can illumine.
Saturday night, kickoff at 5 on the home of the Seahawks.
You are now entering the dead zone.
Seattle Sports.
Welcome.
For those diagnosed with anxiety, depression, or PTSD, Northwest Ketamine Clinics wants you to know hope exists. A recent patient, Evan, details his experience.
Every day was a struggle. I was constantly throughout my life researching what are new ways, are there any breakthroughs for depression, anxiety, these things. And at some point I started to read a few things about ketamine. I probably read every single thing on the website multiple times.
Northwest Ketamine Clinics defines success as a reduction in symptoms by 50% or more. Over a 3-week period, 86% of their patients are successful.
When I arrived at the clinic, it was just a beautiful, peaceful, quiet place. As I saw that healing and growth could take place, and as I put the energy into it, I just saw so many things change in my life.
Welcome to the Pacific Northwest's most experienced ketamine center. Book a free phone or video consult at nwketamineclinics.com. Healing starts here.
How about a simple New Year's resolution, one that even I was able to achieve? Reverse the clock on hair loss with Advanced Hair's simple one-day FUE treatment. You'll feel more confident and more youthful when you witness your own natural hair growing into those places that have been balding or thinning for years. I'm surprised and relieved every time I look in the mirror. You need to know what that feels like. From Advanced Hair's breakthrough technology to their highly experienced team, there is no one I would trust more than Advanced Hair Restoration. I experienced their exceptional standard of care firsthand. Your comfort and your results are the top priority of the entire Advanced Hair team. Celebrate this new year with a fuller head of hair and get a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 425-449-8185. That's 425-449-8185. Discover what meeting your resolutions could look like with the before and after pictures at advancedhair.com.
Dan owed an unbelievable amount of money to the IRS.
I got behind on my taxes. It's a horrible feeling.
He was in denial.
And when I got those letters from the IRS, you wanted to act like they didn't exist.
Finally, Dan turned to Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima got me a settlement with the IRS. These people are really people-friendly. It was every bit of a new lease on life for me.
The fast action and the great results made Dan's head spin.
I felt like I was in a dream, but it's real, and I have paperwork to prove it. They got the job done, and life is good.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation.
If you're worried about what's going to happen with the IRS, stop worrying. Make the call now.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief. Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
We've all been there. Sleepless nights, mind racing, wondering if your business's security service is really protecting what matters. At Bay Alarm, we can put your security insecurities to bed. Video security, burglar alarms, fire alarms, access control, 24/7 monitoring, and more. Our advanced technology and personalized support ensure you can rest easy, knowing we're here for you, your people, and your business. Visit bayalarm.com to talk to a local security expert. Bay Alarm, we got you.
The road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle.
Listen to the 12th man.
And Seattle Sports on 710, the home of the Seahawks.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Want to make 2026 your year of adventure? Book that trip and learn a new language with Babbel. Go ahead, make a resolution you can stick to. Now is the time. Babbel's New Year sale is here. Unlock all of the languages on Babbel with the lifetime subscription for 65% off. Just go to Babbel.com and start today. Babbel teaches you relevant words and phrases, so you can start speaking with confidence in as little as 3 weeks. And because Babbel's bite-sized lessons fit easily into your daily routine and are easy to remember, you'll be talking like a local in time for takeoff. Dive into the world of language learning content with Babbel's videos, podcasts, and stories from around the world, full of culture bites and language learning tips. Turn your daydream into a destination this year with Babbel. But don't wait. This offer ends January 15th. Get Babbel's lifetime access for less at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
All right, because we are not doing what I need to know at 1:45, we have Sam Darnold's Thursday press conference from Seahawks headquarters coming your way. I wanted to get to a few listener questions. I have a couple, but if you guys have a few more, I thought it would be good to just touch base, figure out like, okay, what do we need to still answer today? What are we still wondering today? What questions do we have for this weekend? A general what I need to know, kind of. 866-979-3776. The most common question by far is not a fun what I need to know, but just mostly about what's happening without Charles Cross. Mm-hmm. Either like, will Charles Cross play? What does it mean if Charles Cross can't play? Who's the backup? What's going to happen there? I'll just throw what it means if Charles Cross doesn't play. You're not too worried about it.
No, I'm not too worried about it. Charles Cross, then Jones. You have Kite. Kite played against the Niners the last time they went down. One man does not affect the other four on this offensive line. Obviously, it's a bit different. If I'm the 49ers, I'm getting after whoever's on that left side, though. I'm getting after him.
These are the questions I love sprinkling into what I need to know, because while I have someone here talking about a coaching approach, which I will get to in a second, I also like, is it better to have wings or gills? Great question. Great question.
Probably gills.
Wings.
Because what if?
Why do you want gills?
Because the ocean scares me.
What can you find in the ocean?
Nothing. Just if something were to happen and there's a tsunami or something, I'm good.
Okay, but also if you have wings, you can fly above the floodwaters.
Yeah, but then what if it takes over all of the land and land is engulfed and
you keep flying?
You can't fly forever.
What are seagulls going to do? Seagulls live at sea.
They also go to land.
Yeah, but they fly a lot.
They do.
I think the answer is clearly wings, and I appreciate that you're kind of coming up with like a devil's advocate argument, but I think that like I know that internally you were like, now that I think about it, the answer is clearly wings, but I can't turn back on this.
I'm going gills.
Do you guys ever watch The Boys?
The who?
Matt, quickly, who's the worst hero, in quotes, on the boys?
If we're talking about in the 7, it is the deep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He has the worst power. So the boys is
You just spoke French to me.
Okay.
What? Explain.
Most of the time when I talk about something I care about, I'm speaking French to you, Bump.
That's fair. The Boys is an Amazon
75%.
Prime show about superheroes, but the heroes who all have these powers, most of them are like awful people. It's a really cool concept. But one of them, his power is that basically he's like Aquaman, and he can talk to animals in the water. And can he breathe underwater?
Yes.
Who cares? It's a dumb power. It doesn't. Okay.
Hey, listen, 206. The Earth is mostly water. It's clearly gills.
It's not gills.
Oh, I would pick gills, by the way.
Thank you.
Why would you pick gills?
I think the
what are you
ocean's
gonna do
more
with your
interesting
gills?
than the sky.
What are you going to do with your
Let him
gills?
answer the
Explore the
question.
ocean. Explore the ocean.
Explore the
it's
ocean.
amazing down there.
What do you think you're going to find?
Who knows?
I don't know. What are you going to find in the sky? Clouds?
I can fly to the top of a building and break
An
into
elevator
a
can
bank.
do that for you.
I can, if I can fly to work and save myself a commute. Traffic's awful. I don't know if you guys know this.
I can
Traffic
swim to
southbound
work.
is
I live by the
awful
lake.
right now.
I believe, isn't it true that we have explored more of space than we have of the ocean?
Facts.
Yeah.
That is true.
The ocean, to
Well-
me, doesn't want to be explored. It's ominous.
It depends on where you go. I'm not going to the deepest part of the ocean.
I want to go see the Titanic. I do want to see that. I bet someone has jewelry in there.
I ain't touching that. I'm
I
like,
am. I'm absolutely
I'm
touching.
coral reefing that thing.
No, I'm going into the Titanic. I'm getting the jewelry. I'm not saying it's like that blue diamond from Titanic, but there were so many rich people on that boat. They did not take all their stuff. It's there, and I'm going to find it. I want gills. I want gills. I want gills now.
Just because of the Titanic.
866-979-3776.
What are we
I had a
doing?
real football question. Okay. This one's from Joe. It's just a concern, but I'm going to throw it your way of mixed in with the question. He said, my real concern with the Seahawks is that they try to outcoach the 49ers instead of just sticking to their winning formula. The other is that they might not make adjustments quickly enough. What's the danger of those things actually happening with this team?
Repeat the question, please.
Okay. My two real concerns with the Seahawks. One, that they try to outcoach the 49ers instead of just sticking to who they are. The other, that two, maybe they don't make adjustments quickly enough. But what's the real possibility of those two things happening?
You just contradicted yourself. Outcoach, not who they are, and not make adjustments. Like coaching
well, maybe
is
he's
making
worried
adjustments.
about God, I'm worried about how they're going to balance.
No, I think this team will be exactly who they've been the whole year. A team that is not going to blitz you a lot, is going to put pressure on you with the four-man front. And then if there's something that's beating them, I think they're going to make the adjustments. I wouldn't worry about trying to outcoach, at least not defensively. Offensively, I think that they're going to do exactly what they do. And if the Niners show that they can stop it, now you make some adjustments. There's always going to be tweaks, though. You're never going to go into a game and do exactly the same thing. You're going to make tweaks.
Bump. What I need to know, can an NFL quality pain med like Toradol help a player overcome a hamstring injury?
I don't know. Never taken it.
You've never taken Toradol?
Uh-uh.
This guy. I have one time.
It's a good thing he's never taken Toradol.
Yeah, right?
That stuff's like powerful.
Do they give that in hospitals? I swear I got something one time and I was like,
Yeah.
I feel great.
That's like hospital grade stuff.
Yeah, it wasn't like morphine or anything. Like I think they gave me Toradol.
You think so?
I'm pretty sure. Maybe not. I don't know. But whatever I got, I felt great. I wasn't in pain anymore. I went to Target.
This is after surgery?
No.
Oh.
I went in there. I had a kidney stone. I was in so much pain,
okay.
and they gave me a shot of something, and I was like, "I'll see you guys later."
Why
I
do you
wasn't
think you
covered
had
to
that
see.
kidney stone?
This has gone in a hostile direction. This has gone. You shame me all the time. Yeah, thank you.
Leave me alone.
You shame me all the time for not drinking enough water. There's so many other good beverages.
And none of them have the benefits of a glass of water.
You know what bothers me, though? When I ask people, like, okay, if you could have a liquid come out of all of your 5 fingers, do you know how many people always say water is the first one?
Yeah.
It's
the best thing
essential.
for you.
Yeah, but what if you could just choose things for fun? Like, you still exist in the world. You can go buy water.
This is why you're picking scratch tickets, and Bump and I are picking protein. We're picking meat at the
all right.
the shopping spree.
Oh, then I guess you guys don't get any of my scratch
I'm going to
tickets.
support you real quick, okay?
Thank you.
From Dave Wyman. Stacy,
Thank you.
Bumpus and Matt are insane. You could be a duck or a seagull that's able to float on top of the water.
Thank you.
Clearly, it's wings.
Thank you, Wyman.
You know what happens when you float on top of that water? Ang!
What happens when you're in the water? You think that doesn't happen?
I can see the shark. I can maneuver. You're just sitting there like, la, 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 la. Hi.
I'm not. I'm just saying. I'm surprised that Matt, Curtis. Did you say wings or gills?
I'll go wings.
Thank you. I'm surprised that
I can see a point for gills.
Stop. I'm surprised that you and Matt, in that like 90% of the text line says gills.
They both have hazard advantages.
Stunning to me. Let me try to get to an actual football question very quickly here before I keep it moving. Can the run game go? Let's see. I had a couple about like combining Robbie Oots. Someone said, is Robbie Oots still on this team? Where is he? Why aren't they using him more? Where'd he go?
Actually, against Seattle, he played, I think, his second most snaps. He had like 20 or 21 snaps.
In Week 18?
Yeah.
And maybe a revamp of that.
Maybe. I'd love to see him more, though, for sure.
If defenses really do win championships, 3 teams in the playoffs can actually put that to the test. That's next.
2 wins away from the Super Bowl.
It's time to eat, boys.
The first obstacle, a hated rival.
Purdy has time, throws to the middle, intercepted.
Victim to some of the greatest playoff moments in Seahawks history.
Welcome to the dark side.
Richard Sherman tips it.
Whole city going up like it's our time.
Seahawks 49ers.
All teed up.
The divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
You know how we do it. Better bring your hard hat when you can illuminate.
Saturday night, kickoff at 5 on the home of the Seahawks.
You are now entering the death zone.
Seattle Sports.
Welcome.
Our number one thing with them is always like, hey, welcome someone in and assure them that they're in the right place. We're going to take care of them.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Your old furnace ain't nice, and your toes are like ice.
DayandNight.net.
Day and Night gives you a free furnace or water heater with installation of an AC or heat pump.
If you're not sure your furnace will make it through another winter, call us to install a proper, long-lasting, efficient heating system backed by our lifetime workmanship guarantee, so you won't be left out in the cold.
Install an AC or heat pump and get a free furnace or water heater from Day and Night Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric.
DayandNight.net.
Happy New Year, Susan. I really appreciate you picking up the bill for lunch.
I'm happy to. One of my New Year's resolutions is being better with money. So I've started using Upside, the free app that pays you cash back for buying gas.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yes, I earn cash back just for buying the gas I was already buying.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make $200 to $300 this year.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play and start earning cash back on everyday gas purchases. Use promo code RIDER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents per gallon on your next fill up. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank account or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code RIDER for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code RIDER. Code RIDER. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter.
See country star Aaron Lewis and the Stateliners at Muckleshoot Casino Resort March 24th at 8 p.m. And now an added show on March 25th. Get your tickets now to see Aaron Lewis at muckleshootcasino.com.
Let's go!
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
Fred Warner did not practice today for the 49ers. He was designated to return to practice Tuesday. Got work in yesterday, but does not have his helmet on this afternoon. An injury we're watching for the Seahawks, that would be left tackle Charles Cross. He missed time with a hamstring injury and was expected to return from that this week, but he landed on the practice report yesterday with a new knee injury.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time.
This hour is brought to you by Mazda of Everett.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. A question for all of us to answer right now. Do defenses win championships? Does defense win championships? Bump, does defense win championships?
Yeah, I think it does.
Curtis, does defense win championships?
Yeah.
Matt, does defense win championships?
Probably not.
Okay. I
Always
don't even
the
know. Always the
contrarian.
contrarian. I was listening to, I think it was a Yahoo Sports podcast. I listened to too many NFL podcasts, but I was listening to one of them, and I really enjoy that podcast. It was a take I disagreed with, but still thought was entertaining. And the guest was saying, I know we all say defenses win championships, but I don't think it's true. He said, in fact, I don't think that's been true since like the 2015 Broncos beating the Panthers and the Legion of Boom, obviously, in 2013 and 14. And you can find examples from earlier, the 1985 Bears, obviously the 2000 Ravens. That offense was atrocious. No offense, Trent Dilfer. But he said, you know, for being this truism that we all kind of believe about football, I don't know that actually happens. I think that overwhelmingly franchise quarterbacks or elite play callers and offenses and high-scoring offenses win championships. When we were joined by Mike Golic Sr. earlier today, I was thinking of that interview and asked him about it.
No, defenses do win championships, and that Bucs team in 20 never would have got to the Super Bowl without their defense earlier in the playoffs. They would not have been in the Super Bowl. Look at Tom Brady's first couple of Super Bowls in New England. They were a defensive-led team, by far a defensive-led team. What a defense does is it keeps you in every game. If your offense is struggling, you're still in the game. You're still close to a one-score game until you can pull away, right? If you can pull away. So, no, I think a dominant defense, without question, can give your offense more possessions with turnovers, again, can keep the game close. They can turn it into a rock fight. I absolutely think defenses can win championships.
Bump, what do you think about that?
I think that I should have looked up something before this segment started.
Well, we're mostly going on vibes.
But I do want to go vibes, but I also want to check. You know what I mean? So let's just go to last year. Last year it was Philly and who in the Super Bowl?
Kansas City Eagles were the top scoring defense.
All right.
So.
All right. Defense won that one.
Relevant. We all like to ignore it and talk about Saquon.
So year after that, or year before that, it was Kansas City Chiefs and the Niners, I believe.
With Kansas City as a very good defense.
And let's see where the rankings were in that one. What was that, 24, 25? That was 23.
23.
Right? Yeah. Kansas City had the better defense. All right, let's go one more. Let's go Kansas City and Philly. Kansas City won that one too, right? Always winning. Goodness gracious.
That one I don't remember their defense.
I would say it was Kansas City and who? Philly, I said? Philly had the better defense. So through 3, I wish I would have went through like 20 real quick. Through 3, a small sample size, it says that defense does win championship. So that's just the result.
Sure.
Now let's talk about the actual game. And I think Golic hit on something is when – say Pat Mahomes goes up 3 points with a minute left and he's playing whoever on the other side. The defense has to get the stop to win the game, right? The offense kind of puts you ahead, but the defense kind of seals the deal for you. So I think you could win with offense. You can outscore the heck out of somebody for sure. But end of the day, you're going to have to come up with one stop to win the game unless – you score with like less than 30 seconds left on the clock and the team has no timeouts.
Yep.
I think it's an interesting conversation because if we're going off of that, then we can say that the Seahawks and the Texans are going to be in the final or in the Super Bowl. The finals. What am I? Who am I? Matt Nelson.
We've been talking
the finals.
Hour 4 gets a little weird. Gets a little. What did you say yesterday? Sports game.
Sports game.
Sports game.
Sports game.
Thank you.
I just said the finals for the Super Bowl, so we're even, Matt.
That's okay.
Yeah. So if we're going off of that, then the Texans and the Seahawks should be in there. It's a weird conversation because you need offense. The point of the game is to score points. Like you need the offense.
I think that. You're exactly right. It's kind of a weird conversation because it overlooks that complete teams win off. Who wins Super Bowls? The most complete and healthiest team.
Yep.
Typically, the most complete and healthiest team. If you want to add on anything else, overwhelmingly, franchise quarterbacks and a relatively small number of franchise quarterbacks are represented. Isn't this, Curtis, you would know this stat. Isn't it like the first time in years and years and years that neither Peyton Manning nor Tom Brady nor Patrick Mahomes nor Ben Roethlisberger are representing the AFC?
Yeah, it's been like since 1990.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, yes, a franchise quarterback and like a really elite franchise quarterback has been a common thread in a lot of these teams, but it's also because it's hard to win a Super Bowl, and a couple of these teams and quarterbacks have done it over and over and over, with like Mahomes and Brady being chief examples. I think, though, that people overlook that really complete teams go to and win the Super Bowl. The Seahawks in 2013 won because of the Legion of Boom, yes, but they were not a bad offense. And I think that that's what people are doing when they look at Seattle, is going, the 2025 Seattle Seahawks are the best scoring defense in the regular season. Yeah, they're also a top 10 scoring offense. The 2013 Seahawks were a top 10 scoring offense. They were 8th in points per game. And yes, the defense is very clearly a strength, but these are well-rounded, complete teams with few weaknesses. That's what wins you Super Bowls more often than not, and that's what I see with the Seahawks.
Yeah, it's hard just to put the onus on one side of the ball. I went through seven games right now. It's 4-3 defense, like ranked defenses, right? 4-3. But I think it's well-rounded. It's clutch moments. It's quarterback play. It's play calling. It's health. It's lucky, too. Something has to happen to go your way, right? The ball has to bounce your way, whether it's figuratively or literally. The ball has to bounce your way somehow. It's way more complicated than just saying defenses. But I think that most people would rather go into the Super Bowl having the best defense in the game rather than the best offense.
Why do you think?
Because you limit opportunities to score. And the whole point of the game is to score, right? If you say you strip, sag, boom, field position. Team is backed up, they got to punt, field position. Mediocre offense can find a way to move the football, but if you have a stifling defense, you just control the whole game. with a high-powered offense, you don't control the game, but you do put pressure on the other team to keep up with you. So me personally, I'd rather have a defense that controls the game, that makes the offense unable to freaking move, because you can get lucky with just a one-on-one matchup, a ball up top, and you score a touchdown.
Do you think that's something that maybe sometimes fans and analysts overlook? I love a high-scoring offense. I think it's fascinating to talk about the evolution of offenses, not even over the last 20 years, over the last 5 to 10 years, right? The Rams being like a perfect kind of team to follow for that. It's all really interesting, and you can see success strongly correlated with high-scoring units. However, I think of someone like Bill Belichick, who completely shut down Sean McVay's offense in 2017 in the lowest-scoring Super Bowl of all time, and did it by basically altering his game plan, a day or two before, notoriously. So why is it that one of the best NFL coaches of all time, and why is it that Seattle's current head coach see the value in really winning with defense, but sometimes critics don't?
I think it goes back to the conversation that we've had plenty of times here, that offenses are sexy. They're fun.
They are sexy.
It's a quarterback league. You're paying the quarterback. He's the highest paid player in this league. So naturally, if you're paying that position the most, you're going to want and love when that position executes at a high level and puts points on the board. I get it. It's a fun conversation. And I think another thing that gets factored into this thing too is, all right, as of right now, who are the best 2 kickers of all time?
Kickers?
Yeah. I would say
Vinatieri
and Justin Tucker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they both got Super Bowls, right? Because I'm playing in my head. I envision Vinatieri kicking game-winning field goals. I envision Justin kicking game-winning field goals. Don't come after me. I know he's a sleazeball. Okay, don't come after me.
But
we're just talking football. We're just talking football.
Okay.
I think that is important as well. Is that kicker can win you a conference championship, or did Vinatieri kick a game-winning Super Bowl kick, or was it his conference championship?
Yeah, it was the one where they beat the Rams. That was to end the game, and then also the one where they beat the Panthers. He made that kick with 4 seconds left on the clock too.
So I think that goes just to support your conversation that it takes an all-around effort. At some point, the defense has to step up. Some point, the offense has to step up. Some point, the kicker or the special teams has to step up. What was that Super Bowl? Chicago against Indianapolis.
Hester.
First touchdown. So they didn't win that game.
Yeah.
But
that was a thrilling way to start.
Yeah, that changed the game right there. Ted Ginn, was it national championship or was it? I think it was national championship with Ohio State. He takes one to the house, gets injured on the celebration. Somebody jumps on his back. I think he jacks up his foot. So no, I think you're right. I think it's a team effort, but something or someone has to be dominant on that team.
Here's why I love this conversation. In general, I like talking about how championship teams are built and how they win championships. But we also see teams putting this to the test in the playoffs, right? The Broncos, the Texans, and the Seahawks, the 3 best defenses in the playoffs, all face questions about their offense. Can Bo Nix get it done when it matters most? Can C.J. Stroud and Sam Darnold not turn the ball over? Both of them have struggled at times with that. And all 3 teams by far seen as look, that defense is going to have to get it done for them. Conversely, the 49ers offense prior to their game against Seattle was averaging 42 points per game over 3 or 4 consecutive games. Their defense can't rush the passer for the life of them. They cannot rush the passer. If you're thinking, defense wins you championships and a bad defense will cost you, then the 49ers aren't getting to a Super Bowl. That defense is not good enough. It would be by far one of the worst pass rushes, just numbers-wise, in terms of pressure percentage, ever to get to a championship. Is it going to be proven right or wrong? I just think that it's very cool that this debate we always have and this thing we always say, defense wins championships, can truly be put to the test with these games this weekend.
Yeah, that is facts right there. Because let's say, because all 3 teams that have the best defenses all have quarterbacks that people are kind of looking at sideways. Can you do it?
Yeah.
CJ fumbled 5 times, homie, last game. Didn't play great, but had some moments. Bo Nix, can you do it? Yeah, this the theory will be put to test this weekend, and I'm excited for it. I do think out of the 3 quarterbacks who remain, Stroud probably gets more of the benefit of the doubt because he's won more playoff games, and he's earned that. After that, I think it's a toss-up between Bo Nix and Sam Darnold.
Jeremy texting in, wait, hang on, I just have to stop all of this. Bump is backing kickers?
I ain't backing them, but you need them. They're a necessary evil.
You just don't want a necessary evil is dramatic.
Evil kickers.
A necessary evil is crazy.
It's real.
It's one thing to say that they're not football players. I can understand your points about that.
This is
even
why
if I
it's
don't
evil.
agree.
You know why it's evil?
Why?
Because for 60 minutes, really 3.5 hours, O lineman, D lineman going at her.
Yeah.
You got wideouts on the outside.
Being divas.
You got quarterbacks. Say it. Then all of a sudden,
I like that hard count. Would have gotten me jumped.
For sure.
All of a sudden, with 5 seconds left, here comes little Bobby, who's done nothing
little
all
Bobby.
game, and he weighs 135 pounds, and he's going to determine this football game. It's a necessary evil. After 3.5 hours, you got monsters on the field, battling it out.
Yeah.
And this 135-year-old kicker is going to determine the game.
It's not about how big you are as a person. It's about how strong you are as a competitor and how big your heart is.
They would get murdered if they actually played offense or defense. They get murdered.
I have no retort.
Look, kickers.
I have nothing to say back.
You're necessary. I'm sorry, you're not
Necessary
evil.
evil.
You're just a necessary
I think it's interesting.
thing that I don't
I
like.
think it's interesting that Jason Myers has never been on the huddle, and I don't think it's a coincidence.
I love Myers.
I don't think you do.
I do.
I think you respect Myers.
I respect him. And I love him because he's a great golf player.
Okay.
A golf player. What am I saying today? Golfer.
See, you're not on your game
My
right now.
gosh.
See, these.
I'm thinking about the symphony Matt's going to. It's jacking my head up.
Matt, are you excited for your symphony?
I really am.
Happy for you. Let's get to 4 down territory.
This is 4 down territory. Going inside the game with former Seahawks and Coug wide receiver
Kwame
Michael
from
Bumpus.
Snoqualmie. Rudy was small and all heart.
Rudy was not real.
If you hate kickers, you hate Rudy.
No, I don't. Rudy was out there with the monsters getting it in.
What position did Rudy play?
Yeah, the end on the movie, but I think in real life he was a different position.
He played a defensive
On
end.
the movie, but I think in real life he was a different position.
So Rudy was the Rudy story is that he's too small.
No, it says defensive end.
Really?
But he's only 5'6", 165 pounds.
That's why he played 5 plays. Getting murdered.
A
at the end.
5'6" defensive end is amazing.
It is amazing.
I need to watch
that.
this movie, but now I'm just not doing it out of protest. Because every time I talk about it, people watch Rudy, and now I'm like out of spite. I'm not watching. It's probably great.
The
I
real
probably
Rudy
love
was
it.
charged with securities fraud in 2011.
Oh, snaps.
Wow. First down. Now that Harbaugh is head coach of the Giants, what's the next best job?
All right, let's go down the line. Number 1 has to be Baltimore. You got a QB over there, a good defense. Number 2 is Atlanta. You got great offensive personnel. Number 3, I say Miami. You got great offensive personnel. Number 4, I say Tennessee. Cam Ward, I think, has a future in this league. He shows some flashes. Number 5, I go with the Steelers. Lots of work to do over there. The 21st pick, got to figure out your quarterback spot, but stability with the Steelers. Here's where it gets tricky. I might flip these. I might flip this.
Yeah.
You finish it. What do you think? 6,
Okay.
7, and 8.
So I have Cardinals, Browns, and Raiders.
Yeah.
I think I go Raiders, Cardinals, Browns.
Raiders, Cardinals, Browns. Okay. With the Raiders, it's a disaster, but you have the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
Cardinals, you have tight end and wide receiver talent over there. And Browns, you have a
Nothing.
defense, but an organization that has shown they don't make great decisions.
Yeah. That feels. I can totally get the case for the first ranking. What do you think about that ranking, though? The worst
I can
3?
get it too. I think 6, 7, and 8, you can just mix
Yeah.
it all up.
Yeah, I will admit I'm typecasting the Browns a little bit and just thinking like, you've never been good, you're never going to be good. It's just how it's going to be. But
Yeah.
you don't have an answer anywhere. You surrendered a ton of draft picks for Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
You have cap space still wrapped up with Deshaun Watson. You
Yeah.
don't have an answer at quarterback just like the Cardinals, but
Honestly, if I'm the Browns, Deshaun, you got to play. We paying all this money.
Are we ever going to see Deshaun Watson play a game?
I don't know. The tough part is how would the fans react to that? They'd boo the heck out of that man.
They already, nothing has changed with his personal life since, like, the man that they got when they acquired that trade already was facing all those lawsuits.
Yeah.
So it's going to be the same reaction. Curtis, we ever see Deshaun Watson again?
I don't think so.
I don't think we do. Second down. What would be a huge problem for the NFC?
Apparently, one listener did not agree with me. This one, he goes, Mike McDaniels, come on. Mike McDaniels had San Francisco as the number 1 offense in the game. Mike McDaniels had Miami as number 5 and number 6 in the game. A problem would be if he were to go to the Lions with that personnel over there. You have 2 1,000-yard receivers. You have a 1,200-yard running back with a 700-yard running back in Montgomery and Gibbs. You have a good tight end. You have a veteran quarterback who'll be able to pick up your offense and get this thing running. I think if he were to go to the Lions, that will be a problem for the NFC. It's already hard out here in the NFC, especially the West. You add that into the mix, it's trouble for sure.
Third down. What part of the offense needs to be on point Saturday?
Red zone. Red zone needs to be on point, man. You open up the game with a great drive against the Niners. The last time we saw them, you get into the red zone. You don't run it on first down. You're inside the 5. And Sam Darnold needs to be better. It's crazy because his completion percentage in the red zone isn't great, but his production is good. Inside the 20, he's completing 57% of his passes, but he has 15 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Inside the 10, he's completing 53% of his passes. He has 7 touchdowns and 1 interception. So it's weird because he's producing points, but it's taking a while to get there because he's not completing a lot of passes. But I say feed Zach Charbonnet. Zach Charbonnet is tied for the third most touchdowns in the red zone with 10. Feed that man the ball. We know what the formula is. K9 is the in-between the 20s guy, maybe in between the 10s guy, and Zach Charbonnet will finish the job.
I want to get back to one of yours for just a second. Someone saying, well, I think the Cardinals are the worst job because their roster and draft order are bad, and they have the toughest division. A fair point.
Well, they have the number 3 pick in the draft, too, though, the Cardinals.
Good draft status.
Yeah.
Not going to get Dante Moore. Well, the Jets were probably going to try to go for him either way. But I think the Browns feels like a depressing job.
It does.
I know Stefanski won Coach of the Year, but like the Cardinals have been to an NFC Championship game more recently than Seattle. So I'm not saying they're a great organization. I'm just saying that the margin is slim, but that I see the Cardinals as being a slightly better job. It's sunny.
Yeah. Hey,
you know what I mean?
Golf courses everywhere.
Golf. They have a lot of their they have lots of Walgreens that are really nice and well stocked. I go. My parents live in Sun City, and every time I go there, I'm like, the Walgreens here, they're amazing. Everywhere you go, every CVS is fully stocked with just everything you need.
I want to give a listener or a texter some credit.
Mm-hmm.
He or she says 206. How many games has Jason Myers won for the Hawks this year?
Thank you.
Only a necessary evil if your kicker is boo-boo.
Mm-hmm. Fourth down.
I might agree with that.
We were joined earlier in the show by Mike Golic Sr. Anything still sticking with you from that conversation?
Yeah, we talked about it a couple of times so far on the show. It's Matthew Stafford playing in the cold. He's 1-9 in snow, cold, and rainy conditions. He had a couple games where it was below 40. He threw for 300 yards and 5 touchdowns, 1 interception in those 2 games. They lost both of them. He also has a game in bad conditions where he threw for 520 yards. My goodness. He was 36 of 59, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, none. And he lost that ball game. It was versus Matt Flynn. Remember that guy? Matt Flynn?
Wow.
Yeah. So, so the problem is not Matthew Stafford in these conditions. He can play some ball. It's the whole team. And that goes to our conversation that what wins in a Super Bowl? Complete team. So the defense has to show up for Matthew Stafford. Puka got to show up. Line has to block. I'm not concerned about Matthew Stafford. Mm-hmm. It's everybody else.
What's it feel like catching a football in frigid temperatures?
It's miserable. It stings. The ball is heavy. But I've only done that in practice. One game I played, and I body caught almost everything. Like it was no hands. Everything's with the body. But that was me as like an 18-year-old.
What about getting tackled?
Once you hit the ground, your body's never the same because it's still a little moist out there.
Yeah.
And you're cold for the rest of the game. I used to go in and change my uniform and all my under stuff, my sleeves and all that, because once you hit the ground, it's a wrap.
Okay, we had Brian Walters on the show earlier this week, and he said his worst game was actually a game in San Diego against San Francisco.
Yeah.
It was so hot and so muggy, and you can't escape it. What's worse?
I'll do hot all day. I played at University of Arizona, Bear Down, and it was 110 degrees on the field, and I do that any day over cold.
Yeah. Someone said, when was the last time the Cardinals had a decent draft? Definitely not going to the Cardinals. Well, none of these jobs are good. None of these jobs are good.
Yeah, Baltimore and Atlanta are good.
Sorry.
The final three.
The final three.
Okay, yeah.
All of them are bad. We're choosing between horrible leftovers here. I just think that you could hypothetically make a case because the Browns have just had a storied history of failure.
Yeah.
Whereas the Cardinals have been middling to horrible. Yeah.
They've won division championships.
Never won a Super Bowl. Neither team has won a Super Bowl, right? Browns have never, ever won. I couldn't tell if they won one of those kind of pre-modern era,
They've never been to one.
Never been to one. It's only funny when I say those bums when I'm talking about good people. Yeah, I can't say that about the Browns. It's mean. Hype Train coming your way next.
Rock and Song, morning 6 to 10.
I think I've got to start with the line of scrimmage. What they've done there, what Byron Murphy and Leonard Williams do is the best defensive tackle combination in the league. Man, offensively, first half of the season from a pass protection standpoint, Salk, incredibly solid. And then really the last quarter of this season and the last 3 games that have all been playoff opponent games. They're running for over 150 yards a game.
Only on Seattle Sports, the app, YouTube, and your smart speaker.
To me, the LJ way is to provide an experience that people really enjoy being a part of.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Experience the iconic Mexican music group Bronco at Muckleshoot Casino Resort Saturday, February 28th at 8 p.m. Tickets are on sale now at muckleshootcasino.com.
Want to make 2026 your year of adventure? Book that trip and learn a new language with Babbel. Go ahead, make a resolution you can stick to. Now is the time. Babbel's New Year sale is here. Unlock all of the languages on Babbel with the lifetime subscription for 65% off. Just go to Babbel.com and start today. Babbel teaches you relevant words and phrases, so you can start speaking with confidence in as little as 3 weeks. And because Babbel's bite-sized lessons fit easily into your daily routine and are easy to remember, you'll be talking like a local in time for takeoff. Dive into the world of language learning content with Babbel's videos, podcasts, and stories from around the world, full of culture bites and language learning tips. Turn your daydream into a destination this year with Babbel. But don't wait. This offer ends January 15th. Get Babbel's lifetime access for less at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-771-1300. That's 800-771-1300.
The road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle.
Seattle is going to win this football game.
And Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
How about a simple New Year's resolution, one that even I was able to achieve? Reverse the clock on hair loss with Advanced Hair's simple one-day FUE treatment. You'll feel more confident and more youthful when you witness your own natural hair growing into those places that have been balding or thinning for years. I'm surprised and relieved every time I look in the mirror. You need to know what that feels like. From Advanced Hair's breakthrough technology to their highly experienced team, there is no one I would trust more than Advanced Hair Restoration. I experienced their exceptional standard of care firsthand. Your comfort and your results are the top priority of the entire Advanced Hair team. Celebrate this new year with a fuller head of hair and get a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 425-449-8185. That's 425-449-8185. Discover what meeting your resolutions could look like with the before and after pictures at advancedhair.com.
You're 62 or older, lots of equity in your home, and you want to pull some cash out, but a refinance or HELOC, well, it means a bigger payment. And the cost of selling your home, it's insane. So what should you do? Hey, Brock Hewitt here for Tila Mortgage. You don't need to live at a lower standard than you deserve. You really got 3 options. Number 1, sell your home. 2, get a HELOC or refinance. Or 3, get a reverse mortgage. Tila has done the analysis and believes that a reverse mortgage is the most cost-effective way for seniors to get cash out of their homes without selling and having the option of no monthly mortgage payment. Too good to be true? No. Call today and let's compare. Tila, spelled T-I-L-A, is a name you can trust for truthful, honest, and ethical advice for all your mortgage needs. Give them a call today. 206-766-8888. That's 206-766-8888 or
Insurance and property taxes are borrower's responsibility. Tila Mortgage LLC is a mortgage broker. NMLS 2472046.
This hour is brought to you by Mazda of Everett.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
All right, some breaking news. Sam Darnold is questionable for Saturday with an oblique injury. Darnold was not on the practice report at all this week. He was just added today. Clint Kubiak spoke with reporters, and he was asked about Sam. He said that he'd defer injury questions to head coach Mike McDonald, who will not be speaking until tomorrow. Sam Darnold was scheduled to speak this afternoon from the podium. He's not yet stepped up. Obviously, if he does, Curtis is going to let us know. We'll send you guys right to the press conference. If he doesn't, or if there's a notification that Sam will not be speaking, Curtis will also let us know. He's got his eyes trained to the timeline to let us know what he sees. But that's the latest. Sam Darnold, this just in, questionable for Saturday with an oblique injury. I would tell you the good news is that there's no game designation for Charles Cross, so it sounds like he'll be playing. Meanwhile, Josh Jones, his backup, is out for the game, and that's it for injuries, except for the one that might matter most, Sam Darnold.
I'm scared.
I know.
I'm scared.
It's okay.
Oh man, I hope it's just a little tweak. You know what I mean? What's that medicine that you said you
Toradol.
took? Yeah, give him some of that, and he'll be okay. But no, if he isn't able to play, this changes everything. Yeah. I know Drew Lock is a solid backup. We've seen him come in and play on Monday Night Football and do his thing. We know that this defense is depleted when you talk about the 49ers. But, you know, Drew hasn't gotten the reps. He hasn't gotten the reps. So we shall see. But I think Drew is capable of putting together a game, right? It's just the circumstances. It's a divisional round. You're playing against a foe. And that would give them added motivation and confidence if they knew that Sam Darnold was not going to play in this game. Mm-hmm. You would have to lean on the run a bit more. You would need a more complete game. Yeah, this is concerning.
Greg Bell posted a video, News Tribune's Greg Bell posted a video of Sam Darnold using a Theragun and jogging. We've got updates from Brady Henderson, who's obviously ESPN, who's at the press conference. Nothing yet from Sam. I personally feel that it's a good sign if Sam Darnold talks to reporters. Not every single time, but the team typically will not allow media availability or send guys to the podium who aren't going to be playing. Just kind of a general rule. So it's always, I think, it doesn't guarantee anything, but I see it as like an encouraging sign. Yeah. Conversely, I think it's probably not a great sign if it's canceled, but who knows? Also, some news from Clint Kubiak. Drew Lock took snaps with the first team. Some snaps with the first team today.
Yeah. I mean, that's the move. That's the move. If this is the situation, can Drew Lock do it for a game? I think he's capable. I think that the way that this offense is built, or the way that they've been playing, relying on the run and tossing it here or there, I think Drew can do it. But because you haven't gotten any reps, it's just different at quarterback. We've seen guys come off the street at wide receiver and catch a few footballs and make a few plays. We've seen guys do it at running back. We've seen guys do it on defense. But at the quarterback spot, there's so much to handle, to prepare for, to decipher, that it's a rhythm type thing, man. So Drew Lock, if it's you, let's get it done. I still think the Hawks can win this game, but I'm definitely not as confident.
I am not as confident that the Seahawks can get to and win a Super Bowl without Sam Darnold. No. I think that and I don't mean this disrespectfully to Drew Lock. He's, like you said, he's not been playing with this team. Mm-hmm. I think Drew Lock being out there is the conversation people are having, like it's Sam Darnold. For instance, we just had an entire conversation about whether defenses can actually win Super Bowls. And as part of that conversation, you and I both said, this is a pretty complete team. Like, I know the defense is the strength, but people like to act like the defense is carrying a bad offense when that's not the case. Well, you have a massive question mark at the most important position if Drew Lock is out there.
Yeah, you do.
Now it's really being put to the test. Now you're really wondering. See, the question we were having is, can defenses and top 8 offense. Now it's, can defenses and someone who has not started a game for you this year win a Super Bowl?
You know what we need to do? We need to get into our inner Nick Foles. We need Drew Lock to be Nick Foles.
Bear down.
And put together a game. Hopefully just a game.
Yeah.
And lead these guys to the promised land. But this tells me just how good I think this team is overall, because I still think they can win the game with Drew Lock in there. I think the game is simplified. I don't think you're taking as many shots. Mm-hmm. I think you're trying to slow this thing down. But I still think they can get her done. It's just not having Sam Darnold out there, I think, does more for the 49ers. They're like, okay, they don't have their guy. Their confidence is up. But I'm nervous, man.
All right, so if you're just now joining us, breaking news from about 10 minutes ago, Sam Darnold is questionable for Saturday. He's dealing with an oblique injury. This was not an injury that was listed on the practice report earlier. It's a new injury, presumably. He had been fine, so I don't know what happened, but he just landed on the injury report. Clint Kubiak spoke with reporters today. He declined to answer a lot of questions about Sam Darnold. He just said he's going to defer all those injury questions to Mike Macdonald. Now, the problem is that Mike Macdonald isn't speaking until tomorrow.
Man, cliffhanger.
So I guess we'll find out then. Darnold was scheduled to speak this afternoon. He's not yet stepped up to the podium. We were planning on airing that press conference coming up next. If he does step up and speak to reporters, we'll air it.
He's talking to his wife.
I'm nervous.
He's talking to his wife and saying, baby, I'm good, or baby, Drew back ready to go. It's Thursday.
Someone texted in and said, what are the odds this is just gamesmanship?
No, you can't do that. You get fined. You don't play like that.
Yeah.
You get fined.
No, this sounds like a very real oblique injury.
You know what this... Go ahead, Curtis. Go ahead.
I messaged with somebody who would know if Darnold is still expected to speak, and they said yes.
Okay.
I think that's good news.
That's good news.
And it's good news because then I got to air that press conference and go get a snack.
So hopefully things are trending up. This is maybe hopefully just a precautionary thing.
Are you able to message said source and find out if that's around the same time where we can air it, maybe during, or is it during Wyman and Bob?
Well, Kubiak and Ad and Dirty are done with their press conferences today. So Darnold, I would imagine in a matter of moments is
okay. Well, then you guys don't want to go anywhere because when we see Sam Darnold at the podium, we will send you there. And it sure sounds, thank you, Curtis, like Sam Darnold is going to be stepping up to the podium.
Curtis got connections.
Any minute now. So
it was Jody Allen.
Didn't you say you took your phone to like a T-Mobile one time?
I did, yeah.
As a producer, you just have numbers for everyone?
Yeah, so it was the Verizon store, and they were looking for like the Verizon helpline to call or whatever. And they look through my contacts, and they see a bunch of, Seahawks players and Mariners players, and like, Jermaine Kearse, is that the Jermaine Kearse? And I was like, yeah, that's him. How do you have his number?
No, it's my other friend, Jermaine Kearse. Yeah. Someone said, isn't Milroe available?
Stop it.
I'm asking you the question I'm saying. I'm asking you the question I'm saying.
He's a rookie who has played 3 snaps. Drew Lock is a veteran in this league, has 1 ball games. That is not an option. I don't mean to be rude, but that's how serious this is.
All right.
Milroe is not going to see the field.
We're going to take a quick break, see if we can come back and hear from Sam Darnold. Don't go anywhere.
2 wins away from the Super Bowl.
It's time to eat, boys.
The first obstacle, a hated rival.
Purdy has time. Throws to the middle, intercepted.
Victim to some of the greatest playoff moments in Seahawks history.
Welcome to the dark side. Richard Sherman tips it. Whole city going up like it's our time.
Seahawks, 49ers.
All teed up.
The divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
You know how we do it. Better bring your hard hat when you can illumine.
Saturday night, kickoff at 5 on the home of the Seahawks.
You are now entering the dead zone.
Seattle Sports.
Welcome.
This might be the most surprising statistic I've shared in decades of doing local news. More than 75% of commuters will be involved in a car accident at some point. JP Pendergast of Pendergast Law with more.
What makes it more surprising? The average person will be involved in 3 to 4 collisions in their lifetime.
With accidents unbelievably prevalent, what are some safety tips if it happens to you?
Safety first. Secondary collisions are not uncommon while awaiting help. Turn on those hazards and remain in a safe place. If a bystander witnessed the accident, capture their information and encourage them to remain at the scene. Seek medical attention immediately if needed, as delaying can be a costly mistake. Lastly, remember that statements made to police and insurance adjusters can affect your case.
Collisions are more common than we'd like to think. If you find yourself in one, follow these helpful tips and then call my friends at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one's injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
PendergastLaw.com.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Guys, low energy, low drive, or strength not what it used to be? For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Washington, start with a free T-check exam and consultation to get real answers. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. Call 206-529-1111 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Terms apply. Must medically qualify.
The road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle.
Listen to the 12th man.
And Seattle Sports on 710, the home of the Seahawks.
Hey, Brock Ewart here for my friends at People Come First or PCF Construction Group. Are you tired of grilling in the cold and rain every winter? Well, with a patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy your outdoor deck or patio all year long, staying warm and dry. even in the cold winter. Take advantage of off-season savings through February 15th, and you can get up to 10% off your entire project, plus 12 months with no payments and no interest. You see, most people don't consider building a deck in the winter, but if you want yours ready by next spring and summer, contact PCF right now to start planning. Spend the winter dreaming and designing your project so you're ready to build by spring. Planning and permits, they take a little time, so get started now. Get project ideas, browse the photos, and find all the offer details at pcfgroup.com. That's my friends online at pcfgroup.com.
Making your outdoor space with people come first.
Your old furnace ain't nice, and your toes are like ice.
DayandNight.net.
Day and Night gives you a free furnace or water heater with installation of an AC or heat pump.
If you're not sure your furnace will make it through another winter, call us to install a proper, long-lasting, efficient heating system backed by our lifetime workmanship guarantee, so you won't be left out in the cold.
Install an AC or heat pump and get a free furnace or water heater from Day and Night Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric.
DayandNight.net.
Hi, I'm John Ray, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. Getting engaged? So friends, listen up. Shane Company engagement rings are protected with our all-inclusive free lifetime warranty. We stand behind the same quality we've offered since 1929. Our rings are crafted to last. It's why our warranty is the only one that protects your center stone. We also cover repairs, resizings, cleanings, and so much more. That's money you keep for you and your family. Because a friend always has your back. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Two bits of news ahead of a massive NFC West showdown on the divisional round here in Seattle on Saturday. First, from the 49ers, San Francisco will not be activating Fred Warner. He's been ruled out for Saturday. Coming out of Seattle just about 20 minutes ago, Sam Darnold is questionable with an oblique injury, but he's speaking with reporters now, so let's take a listen.
Feel good. Yeah, obviously, just in routes on air, just kind of felt a little something in my oblique. Just didn't want to push it. Wasn't the day to push it, so that was it. So just came inside, got some rehab, and feel like I'll be ready to go for Saturday.
Just today that happened?
Yeah.
You ever had anything with oblique issues or anything before?
No, never had oblique issues, but it's fun. We'll attack it the next couple days and be ready to go for Saturday.
Is this on throwing side? Non-throwing side?
It's just on my left side. It is what it is, but yeah, again, like I said, felt it on a throw, but we'll be ready to go.
What percent of you thinks you might not play?
It's a very low percentage, probably closer to 0.
Aside, obviously, that's what everyone's having. Just aside from that, how do you feel like this week went team-wise in terms of playoffs, any distraction there could be from that?
Yeah, I think for us, we're treating it, just another week, another game. That's how everyone, especially in that locker room, we got such great guys in that locker room, mature, leaders at every position group. So everyone's just ready to go, attacking the week, per usual, and getting ready to go up against a really good 49ers team. That's been rolling, and we're excited to go up against them.
What did you learn about the playoffs last year, which you get a chance to play?
Yeah, I think, it was a little bit different, too, just because it was a neutral site game, being in Arizona with, the fires and whatnot that happened in L.A., so that neutral site game was a little bit different. But I think for me, it's just continuing to treat it as another week, just like I did last year, but just having that same mindset and I guess letting the guys know maybe, it's just another game. Obviously, you prepare the same way, but when we get out there, we know Lumen's going to be rocking, so it's an important game. We don't get it twisted at all. We understand, the implications of the game, the playoffs. It's awesome to be playing in games like this, especially in January. But yeah, we're treating this week as another week, and we're excited about it.
The Week 18 game obviously wasn't an elimination game, but really high stakes. Did that sort of feel like a playoff game?
It did, for sure. Just the crowd, just how into it they were, especially from, our first drive, how loud the crowd was in San Francisco. Obviously it's going to be, home field advantage for us. Being able to use cadence is going to be huge. And then having our 12s there, obviously making noise when they're on offense is crucial. It's going to be an awesome atmosphere and something we're all looking forward to.
How many new things do you think they could throw at you, kind of in changing in the next 2 weeks, basically?
Yeah, it's like I say all the time, but we're looking at everything. We understand kind of, what different looks they could present. Yeah, they can obviously present some new looks, but I think for us, it's just, if that happens, just understanding our rules and communicating and going from there.
Your offensive coordinator got some head coaching interviews. If they asked you, what's the best part of working with Mike Kubiak, what would you tell them?
Yeah, I think the thing that jumps out to me is consistency. He's consistent day in, day out. He's honest with the players. Obviously great scheme, all those things football-wise that matter. But yeah, his consistency and how he is with the players is incredible.
Sam, you've had several 8-minute drives. What's been the common denominator besides that the 8-minute drives? Have you guys look back and see?
Yeah, I think for us it's starts with the offensive line. The way that we're able to run the football, tight ends included, receivers, everyone included, fullback, running backs being able to run the football, but it starts with those guys up front. The way that they're able to get things going in the run game, for us to be able to play action off of it, do the things that we want to in the pass game, especially on first and second down, just keeping the ball moving forward. I think that's been a huge key for our offense the entire year, and nothing changes Saturday.
Do you need to get any treatment or something around the clock now before Saturday, or?
Yeah, we'll be getting some treatment. But like I said, I feel really confident about going on Saturday.
Sam, I'm sorry. I want to make sure we've got this straight. You said it was during the walkthrough this morning?
No. It was during practice.
Oh, during practice.
Yep, during practice, during routes on air. And like I said, just felt a little something and didn't want to, make it worse. And it was just a precautionary thing to be able to get in and get some rehab on it. Yep.
Do you need to get an MRI or anything like that?
Yeah, we're just going to, take it day by day and just continue to get the rehab that I need for it.
Thanks, Sam.
Appreciate it, guys.
Well, that sounds like good news.
All right. Okay.
What a hectic 5 minutes.
Okay.
My heart's
Everybody
racing.
back off the
Everyone
cliff.
calm down. About 15 minutes ago, if that, 10 minutes ago, news broke that Sam Darnold was questionable for Saturday's game with an oblique injury that I guess just happened. And we were all wondering whether or not he was going to step to the podium. He was scheduled to speak. If he wasn't going to speak, we were all really nervous.
Yeah.
And then he spoke, and he said he feels like he'll be ready for Saturday, and the odds he doesn't
confident.
play are close to 0.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the 5 minutes
news,
there when we all were together in this.
I just imagine Drew Lock just rotating his shoulder, loosening up his arm, getting ready to go. And I was convinced, I'm like, okay, Drew Lock, he can put a game together. He can do this. But thank you for getting ahead of that, Sam Darnold, feeling just a little bit and saying, nope, I'm too important to this team and what they're doing. Let me go ahead and get some treatment. I feel a lot better. Thank you.
If you're just now joining, what Bump's talking about is Sam explaining how he got the issue, which was they were doing routes on air. And then off air, I turned to you and said, what about routes on ice? Do you get it? Because it would be like an ice skating show.
Right, yeah.
Because you know how you do Disney on Ice?
Yeah.
So anyway, he was doing routes on air.
I thought it was funny, Stacy.
Thank you. No, Bump really laughed. He was doing routes on air and just kind of shut it down quickly.
Yeah.
Were you overall very encouraged?
Yes. And I believe him. I'm listening to the tone of his voice and how he's answering these questions. I feel good about it. And, you got a couple days to get it right.
Yeah.
And if he just felt a little bit, if it were a thing where he's in pain, then I'd be concerned. But it was just a little pinch, a little tweak.
Yeah.
And he shut it down. He's a smart man.
I like to apologize to listeners.
What happened?
For just what I said. Routes on ice.
Oh, snap.
It's not how I wanted to end the show.
Oh, no.
It's not how I saw this going.
Nah, we know what you're talking about.
I don't know. Matt looks really disappointed in me.
I did not know what she was talking about.
You thought he was talking about them other people.
So let's see. A few more questions about Sam. No. I think that's great news. The fact that he even spoke, the fact that he's encouraged is obviously fantastic. Like you said, the game is Saturday. You have that extra time. And if there are any lingering concerns that anyone has, well, Mike McDonald is scheduled to speak tomorrow. You've got the Mike McDonald Show, which airs on our sister station, 97.3, and that's in the morning. So we'll have any updates. That's Rabel's conversation with Mike McDonald. And clearly it's like they talk about life in the game, but I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they talk about health or Sam going into this one. We'll see.
Almost like you have to.
I think you have to. But either way, reporters will talk with Mike McDonald later in the show. That usually happens around the end of our show. It may be during the beginning of Wyman Bob. So if you are still like, oh, God, I don't know, I need to hear from Mike McDonald about this, well, scheduled to speak twice tomorrow. So no worries about that one. I'm back to feeling pretty solid. And if you're just joining us, you may have missed the update that the 49ers will not be activating Fred Warner. So he is out for Saturday.
Yeah, fake news. Why they hit us with that?
Fake news.
Why they hit us with
he
that?
Was practicing.
No, I mean, but it's just the fake presentation, I should say. Like, he's jumping around and stuff. I'm like, man, calm down. Calm down.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was a whirlwind final 20 minutes of the show. Wyman and Bob coming your way next.
The one and only Mark Schlereth with Wyman and Bob.
How are you, my friend?
New Year's resolutions, right? Like, I'm going to get in shape this year. My only goal is to become an underpants model. That's all I've ever really wanted. And if you guys know of anybody in the underpants business, let me know.
Dave loves that you call them underpants. He loves it.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely shredded.
Get every can't-miss conversation on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
This is for all you guys on Viagra. ED pills are no longer needed. The brutal side effects like 4-hour headaches, blurred vision, and that flush feeling can all be put behind you with our treatment. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we have a better approach to ED. Acoustic wave therapy creates blood flow circulation by safely removing the plaque in your arteries and restoring function naturally. Guys, let me be clear. Pills will never fix your problem. Our equipment is the latest technology, and our medical staff is the best in the industry. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today. It's not just about better health. It's about a better life.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, Accurate Auto Body.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, Accurate Auto Body.
Winter's here, Seattle. Is your roof ready? Get $500 off by scheduling your free estimate at 3treeroofing.com. Let us make your roofing project easy this winter. Our certified crews deliver worry-free installations backed by industry-leading warranties, even in the rainy season. 3Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
Our number one thing with them is always like, hey, welcome someone in and assure them that they're in the right place. We're going to take care of them.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Jane Dawson did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With the money she saved, she got herself a pricey bird feeder with an ultra-high-def camera. Should Jane have just bought a regular bird feeder? Yes. Is it hard for her to admire nature when the camera doubles as the bird's potty? Also, yes. But it's Jane's savings, and if she wants to spend her time watching the digestive habits of the white-breasted nuthatch, we say you go, girl. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
It's tax time, y'all. If you want to file free, this next one's for you.
Now taxes is so free. Tax-free edition only. Roughly 37% of filers qualify. Simple form 1040 returns only. How this is tax.
Love that jam. Up next, commercials.
Intuit TurboTax Free Edition. See if you qualify at turbotax.com/free. No schedules except for earned income tax credit, child tax credit, student loan interest, and Schedule 1A.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter.
This is what the NFL playoffs are all about.
The Seahawks win the game.
A dominant Seahawks team, 2 wins away from the Super Bowl.
This is the vision that we had for our team.
Hosting a bitter rival.
Richard Sherman tips it.
In front of the best, loudest fans in the game.
Listen to the 12th man.
Let's go. Seahawks, 49ers, Saturday night. Kickoff at 5.